CJ Graham, Jason, Friday the 13th, Part 6, coming to you live from Death Curse Society. Look forward to talking to you, seeing you, and being cool.
Woo! Here we are again, ladies and gentlemen, with another exclusive Death Curse Society members-only viewing party. Later on, we're going to be watching Vengeance Part 2, Bloodlines, a Friday the 13th fan film. We got the Colonel, we got Zigzag, I'm Red Crank. What is up, guys?
God damn it! Finally, gonna do this.
Vengeance 2, Bloodlines. I can't. Well, I'll keep my lips shut for now. I'm sure guys about to watch.
Hey, I love it, and these live commentaries always end up fun, and we always end up finding out a little bit of tidbit that we might not have known before. So it's always a good fucking time, and yeah, glad to fucking do it. Finally.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I'm excited to have some women on the show.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we have had before, but we don't have a lot.
It is a sausage factory around here. Week to week, so I mean it's nice when we can change up the ratio here and there. Yes, I'm all for it.
It'll be good to have the female perspective in horror a little bit tonight. So, Colonel, you had some bad news, didn't you?
Yes, the Sarge Wrangler, for lack of a better term, got hit with a bug from school. So I'm sticking around for a little bit, but I doubt I'll be here the whole time because Sarge is a bit of a camera hog, and this is something she cannot watch. So,
yeah. As cute as she is, it would be a bit of a distraction when we're trying to get into this movie here. So I get it.
That's true.
Yeah, it's the same thing. My ex, she's just called me and said, "Oh, she's coming down with something." Hey,
there she is.
Woo! And yeah, my son gets out of the car. He's like, "Dad, I don't feel good either." I'm all like, "Great."
Push her off to the side. I like that.
The plague may be here as we speak. I don't know. We'll see.
That's great.
Oh, no.
Excellent. Well, before we get too far into it, looks like Lorena's here. Patricia's here. We'll have a few more filtering in here as we go.
Exclusive.
That's right. Thanks to our members that'll be able to join us. And we'll share this, of course, later on in a couple days with the full general audience. But thanks to our members, our final girls, Chris, Lorena, Christy, Luke, Patricia, Tanya, and Tyrone, and our crazy Ralph Raymond, and our camp counselors, Stacy, Lynn, Orlando, Kiara, and Dave. Thank you, guys.
I don't have my button.
That what you're looking for? All right, there you go.
That's cool.
Thank you, guys. All right. I hit the right one this time. So, yeah. Well, let's... we don't have time for any bullshit comments between us. You know, I would love. There are a couple of things I would love to talk to you guys about, but maybe we'll wait until afterwards if we have a few minutes afterwards. But let's start bringing some people in. First off, we got the writer, director, and the man starring as Jason Voorhees in this, and one other character who, I'll be honest, Brooks, I'm sorry. Thankfully, he's actually dead in this one. I'm sorry. But we got Jason Brooks and Naomi. I'm lost on your last name for a moment, though, Naomi.
Meacham Miller.
Yes. Meacham Miller, that's right. Jason and Naomi right there. Thanks for joining us tonight, folks.
Thanks for having us.
How are we doing today?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Doing good.
Was Thanksgiving pretty good?
It was low key, yeah. This one had
I threw out my back.
Oh no.
But I'm fine. It's all good now.
Get a smaller turkey next year.
Yeah.
Right?
So Jason, now your portrayals of Jason are getting up there now. You're actually in the running for probably most times. You know what I mean? How close are you? Have you looked at this yet? How many you got?
Three.
Three?
Four?
4 completed films, 5 if you count Mythos, which never got finished.
Yeah, Peter's they're going. Ah!
Wait, I scrolled too far down to get to you. I'll get to Peter here in a minute. Well, cool. And you guys are up in Washington State, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Welcome.
Oh.
Finally, welcome.
Thanks for
Thanks
coming on. It's been a year since we've seen you, so
Yeah.
hope a lot has changed. A lot has changed.
Roseblood, yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of Roseblood, let's bring that guy in. He was the writer-director of Roseblood, also the producer of this film, Vengeance, Bloodlines. Let's meet Mr. Peter Anthony. Peter, how are you tonight, sir?
Good. How's it going, guys? What the
Finally.
fuck? Has it been a year since Vengeance has been out too? My God.
Oh, come on now. We had booked so much shit in like October that it was just ridiculous timing and everything. So
It's uncharted waters for us too. You know, we're like coming with this kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, but there was no way we were gonna skip this. You know, fucking that. We were gonna get you in here at some point, and this is even cooler. I'm glad we waited because now we can actually fucking
talk about
it.
the movies.
Right.
Yeah.
2 things, if I may. First of all, the Colonel, usually his corner is not the best looking corner, but when the little girl was on, it was the cutest corner on the whole TV. I think you should show more of her.
She pops in. She pops in every couple episodes. It's great.
Trust me, I'm gonna let her. If she wants to say hi to everybody, I'm just letting her wait for the introductions, and she'll pop back in.
All right, that's going to steal the show. And then secondly, just want to say 1 year. Thanks to all you guys. For you guys, I know Colonel, you wanted to come, but you couldn't. But Zigzag and Red Crank for coming all the way out, driving your asses off, and being part of the premiere, which I thought was just phenomenal. You guys interviewing everybody, being co-host of the event. So I just wanted to say, I know it's Jason's time to shine, but I just want to say thanks. Just happened to fall on the 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, it's cool.
I was gonna say, I think November 28th, Peter. We should just get together and make it our bromance day. You know?
Yeah, I'm down.
Like, just come on the show and talk about whatever the fuck we're doing. You know, and Brooks too. You know.
Are you going to join me? I got some libations here, some scotch.
Yes.
I am not, because if I start, I will not stop. That's my problem.
I got a bit of a toothache here, so I did pop like 60 milligrams of gummies before we came on there. This could go bad. I don't know, but right now everything is really cool.
There's going to be a point in the movie where it's going to kick in, and Ziggy will catch up real quick. So
Falling out here. No, I'm a professional. I'm good.
All right, let's bring another producer in here to the first time he's been on our show. He was also a producer on Roseblood and several other projects that are in the works, I believe. Mr. Sean Lutzis.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
welcome.
I are here.
And it works.
I said the name right. Yes.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I've been literally wandering around my house all day just going Lutzis, just to make sure I don't screw it up this time.
Yeah.
Although that was one of the better outtakes from a year ago. Yeah. Because she was just like, no, that's not how you say it. Lutzis. And I was like, damn it, cut.
That's awesome. Speaking of Sanaya, she's busy doing homework, but she's going to pop in a little later.
Okay, excellent.
Get that education.
Yep.
Yeah.
First things first.
That's right. All right, man. And you're up in Washington also too, correct, Sean?
Of course. Where else is there?
That's a good point. I
I
may be heading up that direction sometime next year. I haven't decided when yet, but I've heard they are getting ready to tear down a couple of Twin Peaks locations in the next year or so. So I'm going to try to make that trip up somewhere south of the Seattle area, I believe, and check that out. When I do, I will let you know. And if we're anywhere in the area and can meet up, have a drink, or grab something to notch on, we can meet up for a little bit. And Peter, are you in Connecticut still, or where are you at now?
Still in New Haven, Connecticut.
New Haven. Okay.
Where else is there?
Where else is there? All right.
I will say I was quite impressed by the Connecticut pizza.
That's what everyone was telling me. I told you we got the best pizza, man. Yeah.
Well, it's good. It's it's up there. It's definitely.
Well, you didn't go to New Haven. We were in Brantford. You got to go to New Haven.
New Haven. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now that
jury's still out. Then we'll just leave it at that.
The Brantford pasta though was not great.
No. Everyone liked the pizza and I forgot what else. Some of the other dishes or whatever. Everyone was raving about it.
Oh no, the food at your thing was great. No, I'm talking about there was some food we got, I think the day before, the night before, when we got into town, and we were just looking for somewhere, and I was like, "This looks all right." No,
Yep, he picked it.
Yeah, that was my bad. That was my bad pick in 5 years since we've been touring the country. So
Brantford's kind of a ritzy, rich town, but like my buddy's place we went to in the after hours, he's from New Haven, so like that was the better. So usually around
that was
here,
great.
Probably not
that
good.
stuff was good.
The stuff at the after party was real good.
Frank, that restaurant you picked was like a 50-year-old family run business, 50-year-old recipes and everything. We were like, fuck yeah. And then
I'm pretty sure their last name is Ragu then, because that was straight. That was straight Ragu shit. That was rough. Anyway, I don't want to trash. Branford, Connecticut restaurants for too long on here. Okay. Let's bring in the director of photography on this film and also Roseblood, Mr. Cody Newton. Cody, how are you, sir?
Hi guys. Hopefully I'm sounding okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Welcome, sir.
Where are you at tonight?
I am in Boise, Idaho, so I'm kind of the weird one.
The land of blue football fields.
There's a blue football field here, and the pasta sucks here also.
Well, damn it. Well, I have noticed you've been doing a little bit of shooting in Oklahoma every now and then over the last year or so. I've seen you pop in and out. If you're ever down and you want to go to an Italian place in Oklahoma City or somewhere in the area, let me know. I'll meet up with you. We will do that.
Is that where you're at?
I'm located in Oklahoma, yes.
Are you in Oklahoma City?
No, but I'm just an hour north in Stillwater.
Oh, perfect. Well,
so
I am shooting my next feature down there, so yeah, we'll have to meet up.
Let me know. I will be down there.
You're a busy cat, man.
Yeah, I like doing stuff. We'll just say that. I don't have a day job. This is my day job. So that's why I look so busy.
That's how to do it, though. That's how to do it.
God bless.
All right. Jason, let me start with you on this. And Colonel, if you want to start, actually, do you have any questions to get started, or do you need to bounce, or what's going on yet?
Does Zoe need to make her appearance before you go?
Probably. She's been dancing. Oh, come on. Come on, superstar.
Say hi, Zoe.
Hey!
Hey. All we use is call her by her real name, not her nickname for the show, remember?
Sarge.
You did it too, though.
Yeah, I probably did. But,
all right. So, does she still do the what does Jason say?
of course she does.
Oh.
Hey Z, what does Jason say?
Hear it. All right, yeah. So,
She's kind of quiet sometimes.
And there's 10,000 views right there. That's
Yeah,
going on TikTok tomorrow.
as you can tell, like I said, we don't have any questions. Just congratulations on Vengeance 2, everybody. I mean this in the most sincerest way. Like it's so much more than one. Don't take that as a negative. But it was really good. I really dug this one a lot.
I really, really appreciate that a lot.
So Zoe, they don't. Yeah, so they agree your car. So again, sorry. This is why I'm not sticking around. She cannot watch it. Not allowed to watch this stuff.
Makes sense.
So congratulations.
Those damn Jason Brooks movies. They're hard to watch, you know?
Yeah.
They are. They are.
Yeah, they're going to get worse.
Chicken butt.
No, she's going to say chicken butt. Okay, so.
But
all right.
What?
That's what.
thanks, Zoe.
Zoe.
Bye, Zoe.
Bye, Zoe.
All right. So, Jason, this takes place how long after Vengeance 1? It's not very long.
No, it's just a couple of weeks after, a few weeks after Vengeance 1. The way we ended Vengeance 1, I was kind of in a bit of a pickle in starting it because we ended that with the 2 weeks later thing. So, and then everybody had questions about that whole ending with Jason and Elias at the campfire. Mm-hmm. So I kind of wanted to pick up right there and kind of answer some questions and start that off. And so after 16 iterations of the script, we got there and got to the story. So, but yeah,
Nice.
Just a few weeks. So that's why Angelica still has her wound healing from Elias, and we get right from there.
Okay. Excellent. Well, let's go ahead and we'll start the film on the side here, and then we'll just kind of talk about it as we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, Vengeance 2, Bloodlines with some of the cast and crew. Here we go.
Director's commentary. We got the volume a little bit lower on the movie, and if there's a key scene or something you want heard, just let us know and we'll kick it up that way. But otherwise, we can talk here.
All right.
And that, like you said, this starts pretty much right where Vengeance 1 ends, with the kind of almost a replay of Elias and Jason talking, if you will.
Yeah, we expanded that scene.
Yeah. So now, and this is just a direct sequel to 6 as well. It doesn't really take into part 7 or 8.
Yeah, it kind of ignores that. In Vengeance 1, there's a couple of comments where you see that we addressed 8 and 9 in a way of saying that, you know, some of those stories are out there, but they might be urban legends,
right?
And that sort of thing.
When the is it Ron? When the one character has the file, basically.
Yeah.
Not Ron.
Robert.
Yeah, when he has the file and he's talking about it, they make a mention about he's been seen in New York and stuff like that. So, okay. And those that are watching, Luke, Lorena, Patricia, the others, Tyrone, Tanya, if you have any questions, shoot them out there. I will try to get to them as we go.
Fire away.
Now, Sean, how did you get involved with this group? Were you also a producer on Vengeance 1 and just kind of naturally moved over? Or?
Yeah. Actually, I was. It started. I could tell you the long version, but I'll tell you the short version, right, Peter? The short story.
Sure.
Called Peter. Got Peter's permission to talk to Jason. Talked to Jason. Jason came over to a fab party we were having at our house, like 2 days after we moved in. And Jason showed up, got into costume, and the rest is history. We just met, hit it off. Less than a year later, we did Vengeance 1.
Nice.
And this is Steve Dash's grandson. And if I could jump in right here,
right.
The entire Dash family is on a little circle outside. Me and Cody. Cody's filming. Jason, Sean, Naomi are all sitting there. And when he put that hood on, their family started to cry, and there wasn't a dry eye on that set. I mean, if you want to talk about it more, Jason, but that was unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jason, if you want to chime in on that.
Yeah, no, that's he nailed it. And some of this is Naomi and myself. Like CJ and David were not on set on the same days, so we had to do some little camera tricks there to get that. But David, Steve Dash's grandson, he loves part 2 Jason. He loves his grandfather so much, and he always wanted to be following in his grandfather's footsteps. But he's like, I'm only like 5'7", 5'8". I can never be a Jason. They're too big now. But I would love nothing more than to be Jason. And that was back in the Vengeance days. And so in making this, I really thought, like, I want to make that dream come true for him and his family and keep that legacy going. And so came up with the idea of having that little bit of a flashback, getting the sack and everything. And so it just worked out. And it was very, like Peter said, it was a very emotional moment for all of us.
Nice.
It was
Jason,
awesome.
was that part 2 font from part 2?
I did. I was just going to say, nice touch on the part
that.
2 the same way. And yes.
Good job, man. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
that was a bit of an homage for sure.
Plus, the sack was the right shape too that you put on the boy, So that too, a lot of people fuck that part up. Something that simple like the sack, it's got to look right, I mean, that one looked right.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, definitely. I've been trying to find a place that I trust for like Hawks that I'm going to start collecting. I finally found one place, at least for the Hawks. Now I don't know about their burlap sack, their Sack 2 mask, but I'm still looking for a good one to get a replica of at some point. So
Give me a call, bro.
all right, I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I'm ready for it. Cody, we were both, Ziggy and I, and even the Colonel, were impressed with your film work on Roseblood. What did you learn in between Roseblood and this one to kind of, you upped your game in this, I believe. So what did you learn in between?
I mean, very much so. This is way different than Roseblood. First of all, we had more than 8 days to shoot. That was the first thing. We needed more time to shoot it. I mean, I just I couldn't put any emphasis on lighting on Roseblood just because we were limited in our space, we were limited in our time. But this one, we had a little extra time, and I really wanted to get lighting right. But the big thing with this one is I bought anamorphic lenses, and so you'll see that in the image itself. And these were like Indiegogo anamorphic lenses. They usually aren't that cheap. They're usually $8,000 a lens each, but I was able to buy the cheaper lenses. So the whole thing's shot on anamorphic, which is one of the old movies, or used to be shot on, and it's kind of the classic film look. So I think that really helps our image here.
Nice. Yeah. No, the whole film looks great in this one. So
he walked out of the fog. That was already like, oh yeah,
Yeah. Right.
Hey, Cody would send me pictures of Vengeance 2 on set, right? And Jason did a great job setting the setup and everything. I'm like, dude, this looks fucking 10 times better than Rosebud. He's like, oh yeah, I got different camera, better lenses. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Peter actually paid for those lenses.
Well, hey, you know what? When you start working on Roseblood 2, you can take advantage of that, all right?
Exactly.
We did just see Sanaya there. She's going to be joining us hopefully here in a little bit once she finishes her homework. She's a senior now, correct?
Yes.
In high school?
Senior in high school.
Nice.
Visited a few colleges already.
All right, good. Good for her. All right, here's the coroner scene. There is Brooks, it looks like.
Yep.
Done up as, now what is this character's name again?
Louis Carlisle.
Louis Carlisle.
I think you might be the only person in history who doesn't like him. We had so many requests to have this character back. And I'm like, I'm not going to bring him back. I'm not. And the people are like, well, make a twin brother, do something. You got to have Louis back. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. And I mean, since Vengeance came out, I've been asked to be Louis in 6 other projects, TV, film, all that stuff.
God.
So it's a very loved. Yeah.
Awesome. Good, man. I'm happy. Honestly, it didn't sit right with me for some reason. Now, I rewatched Vengeance again today, and part 1 and 2, and it wasn't as harsh the 3rd or 4th time watching as it was that first time, but.
We may have hyped it up too much before the first one. We got people with some expectations that.
You know what? And also, we've seen hundreds upon hundreds of fan films in between all this while this was going on, and you're starting to see which ones are rising to the top, So, and I would put you guys in that category. So,
Well, thank you.
It's one of the better ones. So, I mean, believe, and there's a lot of stuff out there that's like, how did this even get the people that made it would release it,
Right.
So,
quick story on Louis there, Red Crank. Jason. Yeah, you want to take that?
Go for it.
Okay. I was just gonna ask real quick before the minor does show up. Like, all right, we know you guys do cast for heads that need to get blown up. Who did the casting for the member? Naomi, who did that?
It's mine. So have you seen Diana? Diana Prince, Darcy the Mail Girl.
Oh yes.
Okay, so she has a podcast. She has announced this publicly as well, because she's also in the scene, and was very complimentary and excited about the prosthetic and everything. So in the scene, Louis' penis gets cut off, and the doctor tells everyone it's being donated. Like, Louis wanted to donate it to the Phallological Museum in Iceland.
Right.
Well, after this was out, the Icelandic Phallological Museum, the actual museum, heard about this, contacted me, and they want to put it in the museum.
Nice.
So we are flying out in a week and a half to Iceland to go deliver this and a whole display piece to the Icelandic Phallological Museum to be on permanent display. They're giving me and Louis a lifetime honorary membership, a medal, a plaque.
Hey, I don't want you to ever call me cocky ever again.
Oh, there you go. You've been holding on for that joke for a while, haven't you?
Yeah. So it's very funny. Just life imitating art, or art imitating whatever it is.
One of those.
I definitely can't wait to see pictures of that. So
no doubt, man.
the Louis thing real quick, Red Crank. Jason, I don't remember who came up with the idea, so let's just say back and forth. We kept wanting to put Louis somehow in the movie. So me and Jason went back and forth with like a million different ideas. We actually Jason shot some of it of going into Louis's house. Some of the people were in the woods, they went into Louis's house. There's Louis like, with a big fish, Louis with like a president, Louis like an international man of mystery. We even at one point, Jason, right, talked about putting in a VHS tape, and inside the VHS tape would have been a porno of Louis and other girls with goats and ping pong balls and all kinds of shit. But it never happened.
No, so we filmed. We did have, we'll show it in the behind the scenes of the Blu-rays of deleted scenes or whatever. But we did have some of the characters go into Louis's house and do that. But we just felt like it kind of detracted from the pacing of the whole movie. It didn't contribute to the plot necessarily. It was just kind of a fun side quest. So we just cut that whole thing out. And then when we did our reshoots, we knew. In our beginning audience, they were missing some information. Some people are like, well, who is Relati and where are we at and what's this? And so we decided we need to do some reshoots, give the customers, give the viewers some information from the last movie. But how do we do that? And Cody, it was Cody's idea, who said we should do it someplace different. I said, how about a morgue? Yes. And he said, you know who has to be in there is Louis. So that was, and then
nice.
I'm like, okay, that's a great way to put Louis back in because everybody wants him. And then Cody is like, he's the one who's like, well, you have to have a boner joke with Louis in not so many words, but he probably won't admit that. Doesn't like to.
Don't blame this on me.
Take the credit. No, well, I took it to the next level. But it was Cody's idea to bring Louis into the morgue, and I'm glad he did.
Cody,
very cool.
That blue nurse right there? Is that blue nurse?
Yeah, blue nurse.
Is that blue nurse right there?
I don't know what blue nurse is. Oh yeah, that's Blue Doctor.
Yeah, Blue Doctor.
Blue
Yeah,
Doctor?
we called her Blue Doctor.
Her name is Jennifer.
Yeah,
There you go.
I had to direct this because he's laying on the he's laying on the table, so I have to direct it. I'm like, hey, Blue Doctor, we need you to do this. And she gave a great face when she cut that thing off.
It was so funny.
That's stupid scene.
And there's Diana Prince right there.
Yep. And shot in a real morgue. We had real employees from the morgue there who were helping us, making sure things were real. And
all the background extras.
The background extras are all real people.
Right.
And it smelled weird in there, right?
Yeah, because there's like 24 dead bodies in the room next door.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it smelled great.
Oh, terrible.
I'll try to save some of my questions for Sanaya when she gets here. But there she is. Sean, can you tell us what she's got coming up? Anytime that maybe has been released recently or something that's coming that she's been in?
Yeah, we were just going over that last night or the night before, and she is going to be busy. So
good.
She's got about 4 projects in the hopper that are coming up. One's hopefully with Cody, if we can nail down a date.
It's not hopefully, it's happening.
Okay, it's happening. We just got to nail down a date. And then Jason apparently has one that she hasn't told me about. She says, it's Jason's. And I'm like, well, tell me about it. She goes, well, ask Jason about it. So I have no idea what it's about. I don't know. And then she's got one in Canada, and then another one, where's the for? I can't tell you about that one. That was
Okay. All right. One that I saw that I think her and Jason had in common was Killcraft. Is that the one, Jason?
Yeah, we have Killcraft also, which are finishing.
Oh, okay.
Also, yeah.
Also, all right, cool.
Yeah,
well,
that
one's done. It's already filmed though.
That one, Cody actually worked on that too.
All right, good.
And
of course he did.
Peter's going to be in it. We got one more scene down in California to shoot. Peter's going to be in it. So
we're getting the band back together.
Nice.
Promised me a trailer in about 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
There was a good little Easter egg, the THX 138 license plate.
Yeah, every license plate in this is an Easter egg.
Oh, yes. I was paying attention a little bit. Well, I noticed the THX one the first time I watched it, but I saw the other ones today.
Nice.
Did Sanaya know what that was that she's looking at right there? Or, since that's ancient, technology, a map, a paper map?
Oh, yeah. Probably not.
I was just curious because I was going to ask her about that, but she's not here yet. Ziggy, jump in with something here.
Like Jason, as playing the killer and being the director, how hard is that to map out what you want, pace out your scenes, and still have to, what side of you can't be behind the camera. So does it just default to Cody when those scenes happen?
Yeah, absolutely. It's, it wasn't too bad having Cody there because he's amazing. He's an amazing director. He's a director first, DP second. And so it just made so much sense to have him have my back there. And, we'd do things and he would show me playback on some of the scenes. And if there was any question or whatever, and we'd say, how's this look? Let's try again, or let's go, whatever. But Cody's a better director than I am. So it made it really, really easy for me.
I'm more experienced. When Jason came to me, when he said, hey, you want to DP Vengeance 2, I was really excited because I felt like Vengeance 1 didn't represent us as good as it should have. But he actually asked me to co-direct with him. But with my branding and with my filmmaking, I'm not ready to direct a rated R film. So I said, hey, I will co-direct with you. I'll be there whenever you need me to do it, but I just won't be there on the credit. I just don't want to be known as the horror director. And this comes a little bit from talking with Tommy McLaughlin on set, where he says, he talked to Wes Craven, and Wes Craven was jealous of Tommy because Tommy does all kinds of movies. He does, romantic movies, or he does adventure or action movies. He does everything, where Wes Craven was just stuck with horror, and that's all I can do. Right. So I definitely don't want to stick myself in one place other than I want to do action adventure, and that was just kind of my choice.
I think you have that freedom more these days, though, than way back in the early 80s, like when he was, when McLaughlin was breaking it. I mean, he made one of my all-time favorite independents, One Dark Night, by far, is still in my heavy rotation just because of how just ridiculous it is, how scary it goes, the slow burn to that craziness. So I get it, but he broke out of it. But I mean, I think now the choice is you could do what you want, especially when a guy like you comes along that has the eye and the brain. You're going to be fine. you can slap on anything, man.
I'm anxiously looking forward to the 2024 release, the Cody Newton directed rom-com when Ken Slate met Jason. That'll be great. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
that'll be great.
Comedy.
Yeah.
Hey, if I can, as a fan, that scene right there where they showed Jason in the doorway,
yes,
and then the smoke, and then he went away. I have to compliment Jason and Cody, because what did fans say about 1? There wasn't enough Jason stalking. There wasn't enough Jason chasing after people or lurking in the area, and they made it a point to constantly put that in there, like throughout the whole movie, not just at certain points, throughout the whole movie. And I think it really stuck. It feels like a real Friday the 13th movie because of it.
Well, and I wanted to kind of...
It wasn't a visual effect.
Yeah, and I wanted to kind of pause this too because the set decoration on this is so good in this scene.
Thank you.
Because it's just it looks real,
Thank you.
but it looks cinematically beautiful in a way.
Lit perfect, And,
yeah. So kudos to
see what's in the middle of the picture right there, but there's a little Easter egg.
A little Easter egg right there in the center that you happen to pause on.
Oh, really?
A spotlight hitting it. It's probably not very clear, but you can.
I can't really see it right now.
I see it. Inside that blue tent, if you look far enough, there's a circular on a 45-degree light.
No, it's just that little square.
Oh, that.
Right in the center, the bright gold. Yeah, well, if you play it, you might see what it is if the light hits it right. But
let's see.
We'll come back to it. It'll come back.
Okay.
You'll get a better shot. But yeah, there's a few things in here that no one's noticed because this man here, Paul Taylor, who he is.
Yes.
He played Pinhead in Hellraiser Judgment.
Right.
And most of the rest of these guys are famous, very well-known musicians from well-known bands.
Okay.
And those lockers right there, Red Crank, those are the lockers that Jason threw the Fast Team member against.
Oh, okay.
It's so cool because I see a lot of the same stuff we had in here. So it's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, this whole thing was like, I really appreciate you saying it looks real because we just built this and I set decorated it. Here we go.
Nice.
You might see it here. There you go.
Oh, stop for a second. Oh, there
it is.
Oh, okay. I see it now. Yep. I barely saw it, but yeah.
Barely. Yeah, I didn't want to hang on it.
I didn't catch that the first time I watched that.
didn't want to make it part of the universe.
Good.
Just wanted to put a little nod in
Yeah,
there.
we did our job then.
Yeah. Let's see here. Naomi, what you helped out on some of the special effects. What were some of the ones that you worked on primarily?
Yes.
Or all of them?
I did quite a decent amount of them.
Okay.
Not every single one, of course. We had a great team, about 5 or 6 of us, I think. But I ended up being kind of the lead, I guess, of makeup and effects and stuff. So, you know, when I was available and able, I would be there and I would be helping out. I love blood and gore and gross stuff. So, you know, it was a ton of fun for me, and I love getting my hands dirty like that.
Nice.
And they're being a little bit humble. Before we started filming, you know, I had to do a lot of prep. So I did like all the prosthetics, the body stuff, the gore, and
He built all the big body effects.
And Naomi, that's how I met Naomi, was before we actually filmed. They came over and helped do the head casting for the chainsaw face and the hands and a bunch of things. So they were helping before we even started filming, and then was on set knowing how these things work, and helping to lead all the kills and stuff. So.
Well, she did Steve Dash's grandson. She did the
makeup on the face.
Zombie.
Okay.
On me, she did.
That was a really fun one. We actually made that prosthetic, that big eye prosthetic, sculpted it, cast it, just here in the kitchen. And I had Jason and a couple of other great makeup artists help apply it. We did the bald cap, all of that. So that's
I mean, in the Jason's house, in the kitchen, it looked like they were cooking cookies, but it's not. It's just trays of like prosthetics, like sitting in the middle of their kitchen where most people have cookies there.
Well, I remember the team that we were sitting next to up in Connecticut for the Roseblood premiere was Amos Effects. Yeah. I know you guys probably can't see this, but I still have the finger keychain that.
Oh, nice.
They gave me. It's actually up here on my set.
Look at that. Everyone's got one.
It's just.
That's awesome.
It's a little Easter egg on my set every
looks
week.
So juicy too. They got the juicy end, you know.
Oh yeah.
I got the actual thumb with the thumb drive in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are great. I've been seeing those now. Let's see. Cody, one of my complaints in Vengeance 1 was if it was outside and it was night, you couldn't see shit.
Dark.
Most of the time. Now, this one, you could.
I didn't like Vengeance 1. I was just the B cam operator and second unit person.
I'm aware of that. That's why I'm complimenting you.
But I definitely learned a lot from Dustin shooting on that one. But the big thing was, hey, you have to backlight the whole time. So if you backlight and you put fog in, that'll take care of most of your stuff, because we're not a big budget thing.
Sure.
So we just made do with what we had. The other thing is, with Roseblood, I only had a certain amount of light, and I bought a lot more of light after that. And so we were able to light everything. I was pretty happy with how it came out.
Peter.
That's how DPs grow, Peter. Get used to it, okay?
Yeah. That was the one thing we at the after party, Cody, and you said, what was the main thing you were hung up on about Vengeance? And I went, it's too dark. And you were like, yep, all right, I'll accept that. Yeah.
I agree. And there's long dialogue.
Jason will never say it, but the team of Jason and Cody is a much better team. Sorry, that's my fucking opinion, than part 1, and that's, you see it on film, period.
How dare you?
Hey, Jason's gonna text me later.
I mean,
he's texting you right now in his mind, just like, shut the fuck up.
No, I think I know. I mean, having worked on all 3 films, I know that, you know, everybody worked their ass off on every film. And Vengeance, everybody had their heart and soul into it. Everybody worked as hard as they could. They did the best they could, and we all had a lot of passion for it. But when it comes down to it, I think that the vibe between myself and Cody was maybe better.
Yes.
And I had, you know, being the director on this one and having some more control, I had more control. So, you know, I certainly put my opinions in on the first one. I do like Vengeance 1. You know, it's got a special place in my heart. I think everyone did a really good job. And I know I worked my ass off on it. Is it exactly how I wish it would be? No. But I think that anyone on that movie would say the same thing. Like, they all wish that there could be something that's slightly different in one way or another. but we did the best we could with what we had. And we were up against a lot of roadblocks and a lot of pushback and a lot of people learning who made our lives even harder. So I think we overcame a lot of obstacles that really pushed us forward, and then we learned a lot from that to take into this. So,
well, it's obvious that the minds were a little more synced up here with the direction that you wanted to go here, because it shows, it flows so much better. It just does. You know, I mean,
there's a lot less cooks in the kitchen. We'll just have to say, yes. I mean, and we'll talk about it a little bit at the end, but the whole last 30 minutes or 20 minutes, I mean, that came from me and Jason just sitting in a corner and figuring it out together without anybody talking to us. We let nobody in, and it was just us doing it. But the thing that I'm good at as a DP is I'm good at filming moments. I understand what the moment is and what it's supposed to be, rather than just getting shot. And you can kind of see that in Vengeance, where it's like, okay, here's our coverage this way, where I go, okay, this moment needs to be this in the edit, because I was going to be editing it also. Oof. So just understanding that, I think, just keeps the vision together, and that's kind of what you see in this.
Yeah, I agree.
There's our researcher Robert underneath the boat.
Yeah.
There was no egos in Roseblood or V2 to deal with. Zero egos. We all just had a part in it. It was so good.
There was no ego.
That's the difference.
Wow, that's very kind of him to say to you, Peter. I'm playing.
Hey, we're gonna be honest. The person with the worst attitude at times is that motherfucker at the bottom right here, Cody. And everybody on here will admit it. So just okay.
I definitely had to hit rock bottom on some of these movies to even get them done.
I was actually like good on set.
You need to feed him a little bit better when it's a 13-hour day. Then maybe, I don't know. You know, he won't be as grumpy.
That's a
13-hour day.
Here's a couple of. There's a great effect right there, and I think we talked about it at some point. That one of the Halloween Kills that took it.
Yes.
Also the good wrist snap.
Wasn't it Texas Chainsaw with the femur in the neck?
Was it Texas Chainsaw? Yeah.
Jason Part 9. Remember the fat kid outside the diner?
And that, yeah. It didn't look as good in that one though. I don't think.
Look at that.
Yeah, that one, we had another effects artist named Tiffany who was on set, and I knew how I wanted that done, and so I sent a YouTube video and said, hey, I want this arm break thing. This is part of the script, you know, and here's how I want to have it done. The effect is like this. Here's a YouTube tutorial on how to do that. Can you go build the bones and do all the stuff so it's like that? Because I really wanted everything to be kind of ready to go.
We talk about this fire scene in the goddamn.
I'm pausing it already. I was getting ready to. I was getting ready to pause it, man. I was just waiting for a good screen grab.
Just saying, your mannerisms are fucking on point too. Like in this one, it's awesome. So good. It's so good.
Go ahead and finish your thought on the arm snap.
The arm break. No, that was it. That was just like, you know, just want to have that ready to go. It's a really easy effect to do. And you have to be like, when you only have a certain amount of time, you got to be very efficient. You can't build prosthetics arms that are going to break, and it's very expensive. So it's a very inexpensive way to do this effect very effectively.
It looks great in this one for sure.
We got Sanaya.
Oh, excellent! Hey, there she is. Welcome to the show, Sanaya.
One of my favorite people.
Lutzis.
All
right. Yes. It only took me a year, but I got it.
It's all right. It's tough one. Blame him. It's his fault.
Yeah, it's my fault.
There you go. Jason, I wanted to ask you. Yeah, this is why I paused it on the burn scene. This is you, correct? No. Okay. Who's doing this burn work?
Oh my God! I wanted this to be me so freaking badly, and I said freaking because Sanaya's here, but I wanted it to be me so bad. So we reached out, a stunt coordinator, Carl Covington. I said, hey, I want to be put on fire for this scene. Here's the script. Go find the people that can do this safely for me. And so he went out and found the people, and they've done a bunch of work. They've worked on some Marvel films and everything, and this amazing professional SAG stunt people. And they got in touch with me. I started talking to them. I said, here's the stunt I want to do. I want to shove this guy in the fire. And they came back and said, yeah, we got some people that could do that. We could get someone in the fire. We could get somebody in the costume. I said, no, I'm in the costume. I'm the one. And they said, yeah, we don't have time to train you and go through fire training and do all this stuff to do it safely. We're going to do it. And I said, no, I'm 6'5", 245 pounds. I'm going to do it. And I like to do my stunts. And they said, yeah, we're professionals. We have a guy who's 6'5", 245. I'm like, damn it. And he's like, if we had, another 6 months, maybe we could train you. So anyway, they showed up on set, this amazing guy, Thomas Marshall. He was like 6 foot. He might even be 6'6". I think he was an inch taller than me. But he showed up and he did the fire burn because he's been trained in it and everything. And so we spent a good amount of time going through the rehearsal. Like, here's how I walk and here's how I want you to do it. I want you to stand, turn your head this way, stand up and walk this way. And he walked, and we had to, go over it a couple times because there's a specific way to walk and a specific way to turn. And if you screw it up, everybody notices. If you don't screw it up, then no one notices. So we got it nailed down, and he did a really good job remembering how to do that and being on fire. And I'm really jealous that it wasn't me.
Now, was the burn only done once, and did you have multiple cameras on it, or did you have to do it a few takes?
Multiple cameras. We did, I think, 3 takes. I think it was, and different states as well. But
oh wow!
And then part of it, the fire walk is definitely Thomas. We have some close-ups with a close-up of the face and stuff in the fire. That was just me in front of a campfire, getting as close as I possibly could to say, at least I was close to the fire. But yeah, it's the close-ups are me. The long shot, the actual cool stuff is Thomas. So
damn it.
Hey,
but
real quick, Jason.
People.
Jason asked. So Jason has the Vengeance 2. I'm sorry, the Roseblood outfit, and he's got the arms. And he was asking me. He didn't have to ask me, but he's like, "Hey, can I burn the Vengeance, the Roseblood arm, because I still need the Vengeance arms for this scene? So the rest of the scene, right, Jason, would be the burnt Roseblood arm. Isn't that correct?"
No.
What the fuck? I thought you told me that.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Because after this, the arm is burnt. I thought you used the Roseblood arm after this to be.
No, Marcio Charlie made me a burnt arm.
Well, fuck me. I got that wrong.
But it was Marcio Charlie who made, and then I made the burnt gloves. I made the rest. I made the whole costume, but Marcio Charlie made the silicone hand and hood.
Oh, okay.
And the rest I made. But yeah, we always knew we wanted to have the exposed parts and the burn, and I wanted a different look. I wanted a more menacing, darker look for this version of Jason. And right now, up to this point, it's Vengeance 1 Jason, with the mask and everything, and I wanted to kind of take it to another level to give it its own flavor for this film. So from here on out, you'll see the front, the sides, the legs, they're all burnt with exposed skin and bones and all that stuff. So
a fire stunt for a fan film, boys.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I think you had mentioned a year ago when we were all together in Connecticut that you had mentioned that there was going to be a fire stunt and you were going to do it. And maybe that's why I was just like, is this you? But okay,
I wish it was me.
I get it now. So it sounds like, since she's here, one of the things I wanted to ask when it happened, it sounds like Sanaya has done the more dangerous stunt up to now then. Sanaya, was that a real tarantula crawling on your face?
It was a real spider, yeah. No, it was fun though. I like the little guy. He's pretty cute.
Did you keep him?
No, I wish. It was Michelle the Dead's little tarantula, her little buddy. He's the sweetest little guy. Oh.
Nice. No, I've had friends with pet tarantulas before, and they're always like, if I'm at their place, I don't go to their place anymore because they're always like letting them out and just letting them crawl all over them, and I'm just sitting there trying to eat pizza and enjoy the ball game. I'm like, I can't do this, guys. This is just too weird. It's crawling over my pepperoni slice. I can't do this.
What are you talking about?
I can't work with that. I can't work with it.
Ziggy,
Ziggy, jump in for a second.
I had a buddy, had a tarantula. He used to hold the thing all the time, and then one day he was holding it out in the living room, standing up, and somebody kind of came in the front door a little quick, and the spider just kind of went and hung in the middle of his back. And he just turned around, and he had the most panicked look on his face, and he said, "Get it off me, man!" And he came around his other hand, and he put it in the cage. He never held it again from that day forward.
Oh, man.
I don't know, man.
So later on, you'll see Michelle. She's got the pink hair in the band.
Mhm.
That was her spider. And she brought on set. And from what I remember, every guy on set was like, hell no, I ain't getting near that thing, including me. But every girl on set, everyone, Naomi, everyone's like, oh, we got to pet it. It's so cute. It's so wonderful. And Sanaya, I'm like, are you sure you're okay with this? And Shannon's like, I'm going to make sure that she's okay. We got to ask her. And Sanaya's like, bring it on. I don't care. Like, let it run all over me, run over her face. It's awesome. And no, I'm with you guys.
No. The energy of a 16-year-old again. It'd be great, you know?
No way.
Patricia is just laughing at the spider stories now, so I want to throw that up there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and play this so we can watch the walk that you wish you had done.
I wish I did it. Wish it was me.
There it is. Jesus Lord.
Thomas Marshall.
Cody, was that your idea to go from tent to tent on that side shot?
Of course it was. Yeah, we had like 4 hours to map this out because it took them forever.
That was great.
It's a long
I love this shot right here. Woo.
Yeah. No, that's a great shot. And I know they're only supposed to have a controlled burn like that for like eight seconds or something every time.
I think 13 seconds was the max.
Is it 13?
Yeah.
I knew there was a certain time limit. I couldn't remember how that worked, but yeah. Sean, can you help us on some of the locations, maybe? Like, where was some of this shot? Was this up in the Washington area?
Yeah, this here was my neighbor's yard.
Okay.
My neighbor. The scene where the pickaxe is right out my side yard. Most of it's right real close to the house. But
Okay.
we do go to other locations as well. Like you saw the morgue earlier. That was a different location. You'll see the graveyard later, different location. The Cedar Brook, we went to a lumberyard area, and that was a guy that I know up the road from me a ways. He has a lumberyard, so we were able to utilize that. Yeah, it was all pretty close though.
Yeah, it was all within 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nice.
that's the only way we could do it so quick. Also, is we could just leave our stuff out. If we had to like strike the set every single time, it'd take so long.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. That is a benefit when you can leave stuff as is for overnight and then come back to it if you need to.
Yeah.
For sure. I love the Velma moment that we have here. My glasses, my glasses.
I know, the old glasses.
And one of the best transitions ever.
Oh.
This is a good transition coming up. From this to donut or some kind of pastry. Whack. Yeah, there we go.
And that's
Very nice.
actually the jelly donut. It didn't have enough jelly in it, like it wouldn't ooze right. So I actually filled it full of fake blood.
In Vengeance 1, Jason, you guys did that awesome transition with
the hot dogs.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
We tried to do it better, but we didn't. You're supposed to get it in like the right spot, you know, where it comes out and then you see it at the same place. It didn't work as well for me. So on this one, I want to make sure we got it right.
Oh, I know.
Because I shot that hot dog thing.
Luke is saying visually this is really great, pro level quality. So there's another testament to you, Cody, and Jason and Peter and Sean.
That's very nice of you, Luke. Thank you. There was a lot of pressure to be able to pull this off, but there's been years of experience behind it too.
Yeah.
In the background,
that shot there is in the same building we shot Roseblood.
Yeah.
Is that the research facility?
That's the one from part 7. That's the real one from part 7 that we had with Terry and Lar faced off.
Okay.
Cool to see that.
So this is just a use of the research facility that was built?
Sean, can we rewind that, please? Can we get Sean some star time?
Oh, dang it.
Hey, he's still in it.
Rewinding might be tough, but I can try. Give me a second here.
Sorry. We got to, Sean never gets on film. So.
Like I said earlier.
In the background, there are also the stoners that are in the cabins later and showing up. They're being pulled.
This guy?
hallway.
No, it's more. Keep going.
Okay.
Sean Lutz is the photographer when the scene cuts out of this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is Sparta Pizza a real thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually got us pizza.
More bodies were found down by the lake.
They gave us free pizza, so we put their box in there.
They were craft services.
Ashley.
Couple times.
For a day.
Here we go, Sean.
Coming up right here.
Get ready to pause.
Wait. Right there.
There we go. Hey.
Look at that. It
Now-
feels authentic, Sean. It feels
Now-
good.
Yeah, how much did you have to study for this role, Sean?
Boy, it took weeks to prepare.
Yeah. Years.
Like about 5 minutes.
22 takes,
Yeah.
Here's a cap, here's a camera. Take the lens cap off before you use it.
It's a real camera and flash.
We finally had to bring Sanaya in to do some acting coaching.
Yeah. They didn't show me how to use their camera. I think it was your camera.
Yeah.
It was Sanaya's camera. She had to show me how to use it.
You did mention that you were one of your hobbies was photography when I think we met last year. So
Yeah. I have too many hobbies, honestly, but that's one of them for sure.
very nice. All right, excellent. Let's see here.
That's Jason's boss.
Yeah.
Oh, really? From your day job?
Yeah, my day job, the pretty lady detective,
Okay.
which, of course, made it slightly awkward in the morgue while I'm laying there naked on the table and passing my member around.
Yeah.
All right, here we come to the.
Do not say that shit to her. Okay, this is not her fault.
This is where Kelly starts to shine.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How is Sanaya? How was working with Kel on these two movies?
Just amazing. She is amazing. I literally love Kelly so much. I mean, I can go on and on about her and how much she feels like a real sister to me. But I mean, and watching myself, but especially her, like from Vengeance 1 to Vengeance 2, it was so cool. I'm just like, dang, we both grew up, but I mean, she's just amazing now. It's like, kind of, I'm like, why are you so good now? Why are you so good now?
Red Crank and Zigzag, I was busting Sean's balls too because I never knew that she swears in the film. I'm pretty sure she drops an F-bomb right there. So Marco's like a FaceTime app with Sean. I'm like, hey, can I ask you a question? I'm like, how do you feel about Sanaya dropping the F-bomb? He's like, honestly, I don't like it.
But how does Sanaya like it? Don't have to answer
I
that.
love
Yeah.
it. I love
There
it.
you go.
It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good.
It happens a couple of times at the end too, if I remember correctly. So,
Yeah.
do you know if you would get a chance to work with Kelly again in the near future?
I don't know, but I sure hope so. I mean, I love working with her. She's just amazing. And just the sweetest person. Oh my goodness.
And then we have Rob Mello
Yes.
and Tom McLaughlin.
These two are great.
These two, a guy never can zip his pants, which is whatever.
Yeah. No, that was his choice. He was on set and he's like, I'm thinking I should have my zipper down the whole time. And I was like, all right, you do you. And he did.
And he's sticking it right at the camera too.
Oh yeah.
Half the time I couldn't tell if Rob was in character or not.
That is Rob.
Now I've done theater where we were supposed to be drinking, and normally on closing night, I would be the one that would replace the water or tea that was on set with real booze to surprise the actors. Do you know if they were using real booze or did they?
I do know.
Okay, and
It was iced tea for quite a while. I think at one point we did let Rob have a little bit of the rum, but just a little bit.
that is one of my favorite things to do. Or I don't do theater anymore, but when I was in a play, that was one of my favorite things to do because they would have watchdogs over the set, like on closing night, because I had kind of a reputation doing this. And I would always find a way around it somehow, and it was just great. And then whoever was in the scene with me, a lot of times would just like, and like start choking in the middle of the scene because they were not expecting it. But I just no. But,
One more thing, if I could, Jason, probably never told you this, and he'll never say it, but I don't know if you wrote that scene, Jason, with Tom and Rob, but your writing for comedy is phenomenal, because that scene, as you guys know, comedy is very hard. Timing is very important with comedy, and to write that scene and to have them pull it off like that was genius. I thought it was great.
It's definitely improving. I would say, yeah, absolutely.
It's I had like certain beats that I wanted to have hit, and I tell all the actors, I'm like, it's not the letter of the law on the script. Feel free to like make it your own and make it feel natural to you. It's kind of the spirit of what needs to be said. If there's a certain keyword or a certain thing that has to be said, I'll let you know, but let it just be natural. And Tommy and Rob, they just let go, and they ad-libbed. They said all the points I needed them to say, and so a lot of that was ad-lib, but still hitting those marks and still hitting the phrases I needed them to say along the way. So
yeah, we would just let them go until someone laughed, until someone broke.
Yeah,
which was a lot of fun.
Now, Sanaya, in that last scene, you seem to be kind of bucking authority, if you will. Actually, let me ask Sean this: Does she try to throw that attitude around too much, or
no?
She's
totally not.
She's the boss. She's the boss of that house, man.
Well, you can be the boss and still not act like that.
Well, speaking of ad lib, that last line, that was ad lib. That one, we were filming it, and that was not written. It was supposed to go on a little bit with, it must be jarring with all the dead bodies. And then I don't remember what the next line was supposed to be, but then Sinai just stopped and said, "No shit," and we all just lost it. And I'm like, "That's the take. We're done. That's it."
Nice,
beautiful.
Yeah.
Very good. There you go.
Jason's dog makes a cameo. Jason's dog makes a cameo here, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Is this your dog?
That's my dog.
Chopper, is that correct?
Choppy.
Choppy.
Yeah. It's like he's been on a few things with us, and people kept saying, "Oh, you got to put him in the film, and we want to see more of Choppy," and I thought it'd be fun to put him in.
Well, I noticed in the credits you had something like, best boy, and then of course, you went back to the old almost Naked Gun airplane credits where it was like, who's a good boy, Choppy, who's a good girl, Diamond. Yeah, who's a good girl, Diamond, and then who's not a good boy, and it was Naomi.
Who's not a girl, yeah.
Or who's not, something like that. I thought that was funny. I don't remember noticing that the first time I watched it, but I noticed it tonight when I saw it.
There's a lot of fun little things like that in the credits.
Yeah.
Sean, is that Raiders thing there because of CJ?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to be there.
Yeah, we got a Seahawks one and the Raiders one.
I wouldn't have made it up there if I'd have known.
John, I'm surprised you were here after that game yesterday.
Sean and CJ, Red Crank and Zigzag, have like a rivalry because Sean's a Seattle fan and CJ's a Raider fan.
I got you. Seattle. I saw the Seahawks one up there, and then the Raiders.
Even though CJ was born and raised in the Seattle area.
There you go. Well, that running back got me 42 points and won my game, and it's like almost playoff time. So, yes, go Raiders. Sorry, man.
Man, that hurts.
I'm a Lions fan. I'm a Lions fan. So
thanks a lot, Zigzag. That hurt.
Yeah. You're cut off, Zigzag.
I can say 0-16 though. You haven't experienced that.
No one's experienced that except the Lions, man.
Tampa Bay.
Oh, Tampa.
Okay. I love giving him a hard time about the Lions as much as I can.
Oh.
So how did you, Jason? How did you come about, or maybe Peter? I don't know. How did you come about teaming Tom and Rob Mello as a comedy duo?
Yeah, originally that was supposed to be Alice Cooper, and so I went down and talked to Alice Cooper in Vegas. He was interested. His agent was not, and and so we're like, okay, well, let's rearrange some things. And I knew I was friends with Rob Mello, and I wanted to put him in, so I was kind of like juggling some people around. And I also had David Howard Thornton, Art the Clown. He was going to be in it as the Richie Ramone's character. And once David said he was out, Felissa Rose also scheduling conflict. They were in a film together, so they were out because of scheduling. And then once Alice was saying no, I'm like, okay, well, let's bump Rob over to this, take him out of the beginning of the film, put him there, and we'll put Richie Ramone and David Howard Thornton role. Then we got Darcy DeMoss for the Felissa Rose role, and just changed it to the Nikki part, and yeah, just
Okay.
and it worked out for the best, I think.
I'd say that's absolutely the result. Not so bad, not pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
And that scene with Darcy fighting, it's coming up. I mean, I love that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could just, if you wanted to build on this universe, I could see like a small web series of just Rob Mello and Tom McLaughlin's like misadventures or something, That could be kind of fun.
Tom McLaughlin just sent me a long message last night talking about that. It's like, maybe we should do something there. I should do more acting instead of directing. And, what do you think? Walt and Arthur, they team up and they're trying to solve some mysteries or what, anyway, he had some funny ideas about that.
Well, I mean, hell, the new Wednesday series is basically just a Scooby-Doo reboot with, Jenna Ortega. So you might as well jump on that train.
Yeah.
With these two characters.
Way better than Munsters, for sure.
Oh, Munsters, I don't even know.
It was.
I don't like to trash talk films, so I won't say anything about the Munsters.
We already trash talked that one, so.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I did for sure. I think the Colonel kind of liked it. Maybe I can't remember now.
I don't know, man. It's like it goes against the grain of watching a movie somehow. It just didn't.
Yeah, the production design, the costumes, they all did really great.
Yeah.
You don't buy into the story, period.
No.
Yeah.
No, it just you don't care. It's not just. Yeah, you gotta have.
Jenna holds the scene. She holds the screen throughout the whole time.
Oh yeah. By the way, Cody, I like that shot through the car. I know it's just a small thing, but I like that shot through the car where you can actually see Angelica come around in the rearview mirror and get in the car. I thought that was a neat little touch.
I've gotten really good at is identifying what's a dead shot or not and seeing where the eye lines are.
Mm-hmm.
So I try and never have a dead eye line. So that definitely helps.
Oh no,
I'm sure it's a happy accident.
I just like it. I don't know. I didn't know if it was intentional or not, but.
Well, thank you.
There's Blue Doctor again.
Blue. Yeah.
Ah, there we go.
Okay. So Jason asked me. I think Jason and Naomi. Naomi was with you, Jason. He's like, "Hey, real quick." He's like, "Can I make fun of your head and the death?" I go, "Yeah, man, go ahead."
the thick skull comment.
Thick skull.
Yeah. I like that. Here's the face off between you two.
And then we did the makeup on the death thing.
Yes, I want to get into that too. But what was the direction behind this? You just wanted to kind of show the end result of that slaughter from the first film?
Yeah, I mean the original film, we were supposed to, the way it was written was supposed to be kind of one of those Rogue One scenes. All the prisoners are lined up. They were all chained. They couldn't go anywhere. Jason comes through and is killing them. They have nowhere to go. So they're going to be crawling away, degloving their ankles, and it's supposed to be this like crazy, gory bloodbath. And then once we got on set, they're like, nah. And Mick Strong decided he was going to change it. And he said, let's do it like I did in Texas Chainsaw or Leatherface, where you kind of see the aftermath of what's happening and you're going down the chain. So that's the way they shot it. And then we didn't get to the final fight with Peter that we wanted to have, and we were all kind of disappointed. Like we really wanted to have that mean a little more. There was not any other real big point to that whole scene other than an awesome slaughter, so it kind of took the air out of the wind out of the sails for us a little bit. And then we had a lot of people and fans who wanted to see like, well, what happened to Peter? We want to see what happened to that. We want more. And so, we were listening to feedback and we thought, okay, let's throw a little bit of fun for the fans and for the people who want to see that. And we had to kind of move the story forward a little bit in an interesting area again. So we'll go back to the morgue and just came up with this part.
Okay.
So originally, I didn't think we were going to shoot this because when me and Jason talked about the script, Jason we would bounce ideas back and forth. He's like, hey, I remember Jason, he's like, I don't think I can get the kill in there, whatever. I'm like, whatever. It is what it is. I'm not going to, piss about your film. Then all of a sudden he called me back. He's like, hey, we're doing the morgue thing. He's like, I think we can do this kill. I wish it was in the same location because this is part one. This is near Sean Lutz's lake right here. The only reason why I say that is because Cody, in an outtake, I have it, Cody, takes his camera and starts 360ing around us while we're fighting. And man, did that look fucking awesome. The problem is you can see Sean's house and the Vengeance cabin and everything, but I wish that 360 was in there because it was a great shot.
Gotcha.
Well, we originally had decided to do this because in the morgue we were going to do flashback scenes to Vengeance 1. When she talks about Louis, we were going to see Louis getting his head ripped off. When we saw Deanna Prince, we were going to shoot her again, getting her head skewered. And so it was going to fit the morgue motif of, hey, let's just show the flashback of the kill. But
nice.
And then Diana,
we didn't do that.
Diana was on a short schedule. She was coming out and she was tired, and so she wasn't able to come back to set after the morgue scene, and she was busy with the Joe Bob show, and so we weren't able to film her part of. That was one of her things too. Was like she wanted to be killed on screen, and in the first one, we weren't able to do that, and we had to use some doubles, body doubles, to do the kill. Mm-hmm. And she was kind of always a little bit bummed because like that was the whole fun of it. But I wanted to give her that fun, and she was too tired, too busy, so we didn't film that. And here's how we ended up here.
Well, and one of the Patricia just mentioned this would make a cool poster. Peter, I know you guys just signed a photo for somebody recently. Was that in Lexington?
Well, we signed a couple of them. We signed one in the premiere, but then we signed one at the Connecticut Horror Fest. That was the one Jason.
Connecticut.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that one, which is cool. Jason, and I sent one back to Jason with me signed on it. I think Jason. So me and you have one of each, right? Signed.
And I think there's it's on the Indiegogo as one of the perks too. Was this because people were requesting it?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Well, we got to get to some of the. Let's go ahead and get this moving again because I want to see some of the makeup that Naomi did here.
Did you see in the behind after the movie's over? You see this scene right here with Naomi and the cast right off stage right here with a bunch of wires and tubes and everything.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there goes his head.
Yeah, he was choking the shit out of me there too. There you go.
See that? You can't go wrong when you keep it wet like that.
And
Peter.
That was the whole brain right there too, right? I mean, it's just
so that's it's supposed to be CGI'd where that head. They actually made the head too big, which is amazing. But it's supposed to be CGI'd, I believe, Jason, right there with my brain like hanging out. I don't know if it's going to be in the Blu-ray, but that was the idea, I think, right?
Just part of the head missing and stuff, but it's darkened out enough, and we had other priorities. So,
thanks, buddy.
Now, Naomi, did you get any inspiration for this makeup design from JFK assassination photos by chance?
No, one of the
I did want the eyes though. I did want the eyes. I said, Jason, can I wear these white zombie eyes? So he said, yeah.
The whited out eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of the first iterations of the script, Peter and Robert, the other character, were going to be the main characters throughout, alongside of Sanaya and Kelly. And Peter had survived, and Robert was injured, and anyway.
I remember at the end of Vengeance, or I saw at the end of Vengeance 1 today, where at the very end of the credits, it goes back to Robert under the boat, and he breathes or something. So I was like,
which is why we put him in here under the boat dead to show he woke up. Too bad he died. Yeah, because he wasn't able to come back. So, but one of the original ones was that Peter would be throughout, and he'd kind of sacrifice himself in the end for the rest of the characters, and kind of give this little bit of an arc to his prisoner character. And it was going to be that Jason ripped his head in half. So we kind of kept that and just applied it to this instead.
Okay. But Naomi, what was the process of doing this? Is this just some kind of cap and then goo, or what? I don't know the professional terms.
I mean, kind of, yeah. We actually bought the prosthetic for this one, his cheek piece. It has like teeth and some gross ripped up stuff. Jason helped me punch some hair in there to kind of match his beard. And so we just applied and painted that. And originally we were going to do a CGI thing to, make the head cavity hollow. And that didn't end up happening, but I was like, all right, the CGI needs something to go off of. So I just stuck a bunch of blood on there as like, all right, this is kind of, they can take out this chunk. It's fine. But we ended up keeping it in there, and it, worked.
It looks great.
And there's a scene there where I'm not supposed to blink for a minute, and we did it 7 times. I think I made it once, but I didn't make it the other 6 times. It's very hard with those things in to not blink for a minute. Yeah,
we just missed it too. The blink just happened.
Did the blink already happen? Yep. I thought it did, but hey, it's okay.
It's fine. It's a nerve twitch.
Well, you're okay because you're blind, but then when see her finger or something comes near you, it's automatic almost.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Nice.
So hey, Sanaya's got to get back to homework, so she's gonna say goodbye.
Okay.
All right, we love you, Sanaya.
Sanaya, let me ask you one more question then before we get you out of here. One project that's on your plate that I've noticed that I've been kind of trying to keep an eye on is this Ouija, The New Beginning. Can you tell us anything about that?
Yes, so that's my film with Jason Hawkins, and I, with my sister in the movie Holland, basically I get a little bit possessed. So that's pretty fun. And I mean, I'll have to stay tuned for any like specific details because I'm not going to be the one to spoil the plot.
No, not necessarily that, but
yeah, keep your eyes peeled. It's be a little bit creepy.
Is there any other projects that you've got coming out shortly that we should be looking for or that you're really excited about?
This December I have The Last Sleigh Ride that will be released, so keep your eyes out for that. Really funny horror comedy. That was a really fun project that I did a couple years ago. And Killcraft. I don't know when that will be released, but it's almost done filming, so that's gonna be really cool.
Excellent.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Dead River.
Dead River.
Dead River? Okay.
Supposed to have a trailer for that in a month or so.
Okay. Excellent.
I will say I'm glad you got written in part 2 here, Vengeance. They gave you some stuff to actually sink your teeth into on it, and it showed, and you knocked it out of the park. You did great on it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank
Sure.
you for letting me come on for a little bit. I'm sorry I couldn't be here longer, but
Oh, that's all right. That's all right.
Knowledge is power. Get that education.
It's a school night. We understand. But when you get some free time, check out the old Jodie Foster film if you haven't seen it. The Little Girl Who Lives Down the Lane. It may be time for a reboot of that. I think you might be able to do a pretty interesting take on that character.
right. No, it is. I got a plane ride this Friday, so there might be some early watch then.
There you go.
All right. Best
All right.
of luck. We'll see ya.
Have a good night. We'll see you soon. All right. I'm going to go ahead and move this forward. And, yeah, Ziggy, I had mentioned that to you, didn't I? I thought about that as a part for her. I thought I had mentioned that to you a while back.
Great idea.
All right. Let's see. This is did you do all these morgue scenes in the same day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a 4 or 5 hour
good
window after they closed. They hung around for us and let us use the facility, and so we try to get it all wrapped up in that one period.
Now, what is this up in Washington?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Snohomish County Medical Examiner's Office.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. They have these skulls like in this one room on the walls with like gunshot wounds to them and everything. You get to see how different people died, like real skulls, like on the walls. Pretty cool.
Okay. Now, this was a question I've been waiting for the church to come up. Was this set built?
Yes.
The Steel Vengeance.
Sean? Yeah.
Yeah. This is also the cabin we built for Vengeance 1. So it was built like three plus years ago.
Okay.
And I kept it. I don't know why. Probably because I'm just lazy and didn't want to tear it down. but I kept it, and we utilized it in Vengeance 2 as three different buildings.
Yep.
Am I right?
Rosebud too.
3 different buildings.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
In Rosebud, this is where Sanchez gets cut in half. In
Yeah, we
Rosebud,
use
this
it.
is where Jason goes through the wall at
Yeah.
the end against Lar. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same building. I knew that, we wanted CJ or Elias in some building, some cabin, something, and I didn't want it to be just another cabin, another thing. And then I just one day thought a church might be kind of cool, like an old abandoned church and stuff. And so I was like, hey, Sean, can we extend the front out and build this on and put the bell tower on top? And he's like, yeah, sure. And there it is.
Yeah.
And the glass they got this amazing glass, colored glass, which Cody uses later. He throws a red light through one, a blue light through another. Jason did the whole porch, the little stand right there with the mother. You can ask Sean. He was Marcoing me and Jason. Sean, he was going to like Home Depot. I got to get some like foam or something. And then like an hour later, he Marcos us and he built the whole stand with the mother's heads on with candles and everything. Just fucking amazing.
Yeah, Jason. I mean, I literally left for, I think I went somewhere for about 3 hours. And I come back and the whole set's built. This rock formation's built where the head sits on it, and there's drawings on the wall, there's spider webs and stuff. It was amazing what Jason did.
Amazing.
This one helped me with that. That was the 4th of July.
That's true. That was the 4th of July, wasn't it? Yeah. That's where I went.
Quit giving him all the credit.
Right? And that mother's head.
Pile of bones. That's my contribution.
Yeah, that head looks great.
The mother's head, we got it from we can't say who because it's stolen. So that's the actual mold from part 2. There's 12 in the world, and I got it like black market, and that's exactly the same mold that was in part 2.
I remember you showing that off.
Yes, because he told us that last year.
Yeah.
I won't say shit.
I didn't do it. They said I have it. Do you want it? I'm like, yeah, we want it. Definitely.
Yeah, we want it.
Yeah.
You kidding? No, I just remember I remember seeing like an exterior of this church set or later on in the film, and I was just like, that looks like it was built for this, because it just obviously it doesn't look like it should be there.
It's still out in the backyard.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering, because I think you had mentioned a while back also that a lot of this was in like on your property somewhere. So I was curious about that.
That building is 50 feet from Sean's house.
Where is he?
And like
Nice.
20 feet from the guest house.
And now I will say this is a great scene of Sanaya's, but especially between her and CJ. It's pretty intense. The intensity is up on this. So
Yeah.
I was happy with this scene with her. So was there a way that you helped get her to this, Jason, or did you just say cut loose and go?
No, I think
Or
I
Cody.
may have been doing another part of
Yeah,
the film.
Sean's pointing at Cody. So
I think Cody helped direct that one.
okay, Cody, then jump in. Tell us, what did you do to get her to that?
all. I just remember directing CJ more than anything. Sanaya knew what she was supposed to do. If you give her something, substantial, like a scene like that, what are her goals or what's her attitude, she understands it pretty well, and she gets there pretty easily. CJ was the one where he's more of a stunt person, where you have to coordinate exactly where he's going and give him almost like a 1, 2, 3 turn left,
Oh wait, no, I was there because the reverse knife thing and all that.
Yeah, and he didn't want to hurt her.
And then we were asking Sean like, "Are you okay with this?" But yeah, no, I think Sanaya just kind of nailed it on her own.
Okay.
She did that scene pretty much on her own. It's the one coming up that's a little later that Cody. He didn't tell her what to do so much as he knew she needed some time to get prepared for it.
I'm pretty good at getting people emotional as far as acting goes. I have another movie coming out with the Crimson Butcher movie. There was 7 people had to cry in that thing, and none of them were real actors, and it was kind of hard to do. But
That's Danny Bailey, the golden ticket winner, by the way.
Yeah.
Girl in the back seat.
Right.
Yeah.
we love Danny.
Well, and Diana Link is coming up pretty soon too, if I remember correctly. And
The name,
she was a perk buyer or perk winner or something also, correct?
She was a backer. She bought the perk to get her name put in the film. So
Okay.
The same with Roseblood. She spent $1,500 on Roseblood. She's great.
Yeah. And we did just see Darcy DeMoss briefly reprising her role from Part 6 as Nikki. So whose decision was that just a kind of a fly by the seat of your pants decision to do that, since Felissa couldn't do that role?
that was Peter saying, "Well, what about Darcy DeMoss?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What about Darcy DeMoss?" Because Felissa couldn't do it. He's like, "Well, put Darcy in." I talked to her or whatever. I think she could be interested, and I was like, "But she died." He's like, "Did you see her die?" All right, good point. Let's talk to Darcy DeMoss.
So, long story short, I talked to Felissa. She was in, and then something came up because Felissa's done like 1 million films lately. And she's like, "I can't do it. I'm so sorry. We have this one." And then I remember seeing Darcy online doing shows, and I said, "Jason, just like he said, she's not dead. We could do it." And Jason's like, "Yeah, we'll put scars on her face." And now I can't see anybody doing that part but her at this point. Phenomenal.
She had a lot of fun with that.
Really into it.
Yeah, she seemed like she had a lot of fun with that. So
She did. she's one of the best people ever. I mean, she's still very active with the whole film. I mean, it's been a lot of fun.
And what about Ruby, CJ's wife, who's never acted before? My God, what a great job she does too.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ruby.
No, is she the bad influence?
Yeah. And CJ, as we know, was
CJ Graham.
Now, who's on the poster?
That's CJ Graham.
CJ.
Is it CJ? Okay.
It is. He used to be
Chippendale.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't know who that is. I mean, yeah.
That's CJ.
I thought it was just from the little bit that I could see it earlier today, but that was one of the questions I wanted to ask tonight to make sure. I love Darcy's little cheerleader pose that she does before she starts talking most of the time, or even when she's walking away later, she does it.
Can you guys see the scars on her face? Jason did a good
Oh
job
yes.
with that.
That was Brent. That's our boy Brent.
Oh, Brent? Oh, okay.
Why don't you guys actually flash back to the face going into the side of the bathroom?
No, we should have.
Yeah.
We don't own it.
I love though that she makes a couple of mentions about I hate being in Winnebago. You know.
That's Sean's RV or Winnebago.
Nice.
That's also in his yard. So.
Yeah. Now, I mean, you're obviously on a road here. Where was this filmed?
Can you pause it for a minute?
Sure.
There's a whole story behind this. Jason, go ahead.
So we had a couple locations for roads that we were looking at to shut down for the day, so we could do this. All of them fell through, and in the morning we were supposed to go film at this other road. It fell through, and so I think it was Cody and I were like, "Crap, we got to figure this out. Let's go down to Sean's driveway. He has a long entrance into his house, and see if we can film it in a way where we could just get the angles and make it look like a road." So we walked down there, we looked at it, and sure enough, it was our only option. And so we did. We lined up the cars, went down there, lined everything up, and then kind of looked at how we could shoot it. And Cody pulled it off and made it. Everyone thinks we shut down a highway or shut down some road, and I know Cody's like, man, I wish I had more options.
Yeah, there was still traffic on this stupid road. There's a baseball field right behind them, right there.
Yeah,
and they had like a tournament going on or something while we were filming. So every single time we'd get ready to roll, car, and we'd all have to move out. It was horrible.
Finally, Sean was stopping traffic. Like, okay, you guys, you have 5 minutes to shoot. Go.
And we did some retakes, Jason. Remember when you were throwing the stop sign and swinging it at Cody? And the cool thing is baseball dudes would come out and see Jason in the full outfit and be like, holy shit. And they'd be looking at him and stuff. And Jason would wave to him and stuff.
We went and took pictures with all the baseball kids and stuff. And they were watching. The girl gets her head smashed in the car door. Mm-hmm. They're all out there watching that kill happen.
Yeah, there were 2 teams watching that.
Yeah.
They were loving it.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I was curious about that. Let's see. Now, Cody, is it easier to film during the daytime?
To me, no, because I like to control the light. Here, you can see I can't control that light in the background. I have a hard time even like getting a light powerful enough to light this foreground with them.
Right.
And it's always kind of the same thing you get in daylight. You can't really control or be very creative with it. So I don't like it as much.
There was her little walk away. That's always a question I like to ask about with most camera people, DPs, things like that, because most of them, of course, say, no, we like interiors and night shoots, so they can light it themselves. But there was Diana Link in the back seat of that car that just pulled up, or that truck.
Yeah.
Another stalking shot. That was great.
Mm-hmm. Another stalking shot. Yep.
We did that 100 times with fog, and then finally, I don't know, it was Cody's idea. He's like, don't use a fog, just walk the side, right? And that was the one we used.
I don't remember. That was a long time for me.
Well, there's no fog the rest of the time, and then, you don't need it here.
No, we have kind of the rule of Jason and the Vengeance ones are, if there's fog, there's Jason. Kind of like a precursor to, and that started with Mick Strong. who worked on the Nightmare on Elm Streets and Blade, Leatherface, all those. So he was kind of the one who said, yeah, there should be fog when there's Jason, and it kind of lets you know his presence is around.
I got you.
I don't want this turning into any bigger of a clusterfuck than it already is.
Hey, there's fog.
There's fog.
Yep, there we go. All right. Kind of a little foreshadowing fog, I guess.
Yeah.
Fog shadowing, if you will. Now, was this scene just to boost the kill count?
No.
No.
Yeah. Well, so yes and no.
I mean, there seems to be a lot going on here.
There is, and so we had to have a point where you got to get our main characters in the woods, and without cars, without phones, without resources, right? And get all of our people together. Get Darcy together, get Ruby, get our main characters, get Richie, and so we had to have this point where all the other storylines kind of merge into one and then go forward. So this is that scene. And while we're here, why not kill a bunch of motherfuckers?
You also got to kill backers. You got to kill backers. That's
you got to kill the backers. Yeah,
and our backers. You know, so we have that as well. It's like it's a perfect place to keep them out of the main storylines and in here.
I got you. So how many of these that get killed here were backers that paid for
one.
There's one right there.
The next one is another one here. Those kills just made up on the spot on the day. And then,
which is always fun.
Yeah.
Oh, says the DP.
Here's another.
That's another. That's Tammy, right?
That's Tammy. Yeah, she was a backer who went to the executive producer level.
Okay.
The first one that died in the car, we actually flew in, put her up, the whole 9 yards. She was the auction winner.
Right, the auction winner.
He killed by Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good kill, and I will say this: I'm kind of glad you didn't show more of that.
That mannequin leg is the same color as her skin. That's amazing.
It was painted.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow, what are the odds of that?
That's makeup team.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of us on the other side of the RV rocking it.
Yep, you got it. You got to have the rock in Winnebago for a minute.
Yeah. Different reason with rocking, but
exactly. Did you ever think about a shot with Jason on top of the RV at the end of this?
Oh, of course. How could you not?
That girl right there is my neighbor.
Oh, okay.
Tell her I said hello, Sean.
Yeah, I know. Her husband was on set of Rosebud. He was a fireman. He made sure we didn't burn the place down.
Yeah.
Remember Ben? Tall Ben?
Now, how did you get Richie Ramone to do something here?
So when Tamara Glenn, when she got on board, we were talking, and she called me up one day and said, "Hey, my good friend Richie Ramone, he really wants to be in this." I'm like, "Wait, you're who?"
The Richie Ramone?
And I was like, he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Wait, the Richie Ramone, or is this like a guy named Richie Ramone?" And she's like, "No, it's Richie, the drummer from the Ramones." And I'm like, "Yeah, let me figure out where." And that's where David Howard Thornton was like, I can't, I'm filming this thing with Felissa and we're not available. So I'm like, okay, well, I can make him this particular role. Nice. And then he was
Michelle's
in it.
head.
Did great.
Yeah, Michelle's head.
Yeah, there's Michelle.
Yep.
Yeah, she was the makeup department head as well.
That Cody, remember that swing when Jason was swinging the stop sign? How close he got to the camera?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, like an inch, man. Yeah,
I remember the guitar also.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now that clearly was not a completely real stop sign.
Yeah, it was.
That you just threw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
How? That's.
He's strong. He threw it on top of a hill. I've seen him do it.
Wow.
Right after that,
Yeah,
Jason,
we tried to do everything real.
We took the picture, right?
Huh?
You took the energy drink, the Bang.
Oh,
energy
yeah, the
drink
Bang
after
energy
that.
drink.
Yeah.
You again. Take this jacket.
Best move of the movie right there.
And Richie Ramone, he wanted so badly to throw his coat at me on that scene. He's like, I got this iconic leather jacket. You know, it's the Ramone jacket. Can I throw it at you? And I'm like, yeah, you're Richie Ramone.
Not gonna argue.
Let's do it. Peter hates it.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't going to say anything. I'm like, he hits him with a jacket? You're like, dude, he wanted to do it. What do you want me to do? I'm like, all right, fine.
I definitely think it adds to the campiness of it.
It adds a moment for them to escape.
Yeah.
I think it fits that Ramones. You know what I mean? It works.
And this is a backer's daughter, my boss's daughter.
Ah, okay. Oh.
And we ruined that car.
That was not supposed to go that way. The blood was supposed to go out of the car.
Out.
Yeah.
But since you did, you had to get a good shot of the blood all over the seats.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we kind of fucked this up. Let's get a shot of it at least.
Right? Like everyone says on set, if I die, use the shot. It's good.
Right.
Don't waste it.
Did you see him? Where did he go?
How long did this whole sequence take to shoot? Was this just one day? Did it take a few days?
I think
It felt like forever.
Yeah, 2.5 days, I think.
2.5 days?
There's just so many moving parts. I hated shooting it.
It was
People
a
seem
lot.
to like it.
And everybody, all the interviews, they're like, how in the hell did you pull that together? That looks like the most complicated scene to shoot and to film and to edit, but somehow we pulled it off. And I don't know. I just never thought it'd be too hard and never had a doubt. I just figured we'd do it.
Well, like I said, when we first got to it, there's a lot going on there, you know, and, you know, some of it clearly, like you explained, was, you know, backer kills, but I see the point of it a little bit more since you said you had to bring everybody together and then split them all off. So
Jason and Cody did a great job editing because honestly, that Jason, I'm sure would agree with me. That first take of that was so long and it just didn't work, but they made it work with the editing for sure.
I mean, there's a lot more to it too, and it's when you're introducing, you know, 7 new characters. I mean, how is that not supposed to be long?
Right.
Yeah, but it was a lot. And it's funny because we knew that was it was a means to an end. We had to do this to get, you know, Sanaya kidnapped, to get these people together, to get the cops and to get them to go in the woods, to have all these things and set them in motion. But we just, I don't know, it was difficult. But we go through the comments on YouTube and so many people love that scene. That's like their favorite part of the movie. And it blows me away that, like, he's killing in daylight. It's a mass murder. It's awesome. It's so cool.
Naomi, can you bring any insight into how you guys put together the hand in the garbage disposal?
Yeah, so the actual hand prop, Jason made, I'm pretty sure, with a hand cast and then stuck some bones and silicone blood and all that. And then it just kind of goes, so Tom took his arm out of his shirt, it was just kind of hanging down, and he stuck the prop into it and held it so it was, you know, looked like his own arm. Mm-hmm. And for the actual garbage disposal, we had a fake sink thing, like the top of a sink.
Right.
And I actually I was small enough to crawl underneath the sink. And I had a syringe of blood that I just stuck up through the hole, right kind of underneath where Tom's hand was, and just squirted the blood as he was doing that.
Nice.
You know, that shot from above. So
there we go.
It was fun. It was a interesting one for sure. I've never had to do that before, but it was a lot of fun.
Everybody's had that anxiety at one point or another too, sticking your hand in the garbage disposal. Fuck.
Oh, when you drop a fork down there, nope, that fork is dead to me.
Yeah, just so you know, too, Tom McLaughlin, he shot this scene very ill. Jason can probably tell you a little more about that. He had to have an emergency surgery the next day.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, he had just had surgery and had some stuff put inside of his gut, and some metal things. And I won't go too much into what he mentioned for his personal stuff, but
Gotcha.
he had surgery. He was in so much pain and not doing well, and he wouldn't tell anyone. He was bleeding everywhere, privately cleaning up, like not letting anyone know. And then after it was over, he's like, I got to go home now. And so he went home and then got it fixed, got it taken care of. He's better now, and told us, he showed us some aftermath pictures of the metal rod inside the body was bent. It wasn't supposed to be that way. He was a trooper.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, damn.
It wasn't like that was an easy, he's all getting folded in half and shit when he stuck his hand in there too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was rough. He killed it though.
Tough
Now,
guy.
now we've got the Rob Mello facing the tombstone here.
Yeah.
How was that styrofoam? What was that made of?
Yeah, I made a styrofoam version of the headstone, and then we pre-scored it to crack in a couple places, and then I think it was Tena's idea, like in the last second, like let's throw some dust on it so that when it breaks, it has the dust. And I was like,
He loves the dust.
I wish I'd thought of that. That was brilliant. So, yeah, that's all it was. Like
Nice.
just a pink insulation rigid foam.
Oh yeah.
I love the things that they use for props like that to make them look heavy, but they're not at all.
Yeah.
Like the final battle scene, you've got sledgehammer and a couple other things. I mean, was the sledgehammer foam as well?
That was rubber.
Rubber?
Yeah, foam rubber.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. It was all my fault. No, it's not. I'm a big girl. I knew what I was doing.
And this is a great scene for the fact that Tamara Glynn's character knows nothing about Jason because she's from Haddonfield.
Yeah.
I thought that was one that I was just like, all right, Brooks, you son of a bitch, you got me on that one. I like that.
I wanted to put it in there, but I wanted to be subtle. I didn't want to do a whole exposition on it.
Right.
If you know, you know.
Less is more in some cases, and that was one of them, and it works really well on that.
Nice.
This is the group that was going to go into Louis' house. So they had a longer scene, but got short.
Okay.
Yeah. And they were hilarious. It was just really funny.
Yeah, it was a funny scene.
It didn't work.
It's just too long.
Yeah, it was too long.
But the scene's going to be on the Blu-ray, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, and is the Indiegogo still going?
Yeah, still in demand.
Okay. We'll find the link and throw that up there. Here in a little bit too. And
I'm gonna get myself a 4K Blu-ray. It's gonna be good.
4K.
now, who were these actors? How did they get involved? Or were they auditions or backers, or what were they?
Yeah, everyone auditioned. The girl, the blonde girl, is a backer. She's also someone I've worked with, a good friend of mine, and she wanted to be in it, and she was pretty, so I'm like, okay, sure.
I love the honesty.
You're pretty, you got nice boobs. Let's put you in. The two guys we're casting for the Frat Boys. Bradley Michael Bell, he's the skinny tall guy. He was actually supposed to be one of the characters in the first Vengeance, and in the day before he was supposed to film, or 2 days before he was supposed to film, there's some stuff that came up. His father contacted us, said, hey, he's not available anymore. So it was really hard. So we had to recast him within the 2 days, and Calvin McCarthy took his spot. But in this one, he was back, and he's like, hey, I want to be a part of it, and we could have, Frat Boy. So he did that. And then we looked for another one, and I think that might have been his recommendation. Kyle Love, the other guy with the mustache, who was just, they're both awesome.
Briley's one of the leads in Sawyer Massacre, Red Crank.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And then the other girl was a last second hired as well. The person that was hired to be the other stripper. I guess, I don't know the whole story, but all I heard was that she was having some issues with the shoes, and she's like, no, I'm not going to have these shoes. I'm not going to wear those. I'm not going to, being a bit of a diva. And so we said, all right, you're gone. Goodbye. Find someone else. We can find another pretty face or something like that. And so we said, yeah, how about this person? Like, all right, bring her on. Came in the night before.
All right. All right. To those that are watching now, I will throw the link to the Indiegogo in it. Well,
So this is just for your backers, like your Patreon people, for now, right? Until it goes live.
Yeah.
Correct?
Right.
Tonight. Yeah, tonight.
Tonight, yeah. I'll probably wait like 2 days and then release it for everyone else to check out. But yeah, this is just for members only thing that we do every few months or so.
Just want to let you know you're not getting off without your scores for the film, right?
Oh yeah, no problem. No problem.
All right.
Oh wait, are we scoring the film? Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
I thought Manfredini did the score.
Come on.
But
Jacqueline, the actress here, she really fought. I told her, don't hold back, just go for it. And she gave me a run for my money.
She seemed to give you a little bit because that scene went a little longer than you would expect Jason to go with some victims.
Exactly.
It wasn't blocked out. It's just, hey, let's just capture it however we can.
That was Jason. That kill right there. I could have sworn you marcoed me one time, and you're like, "Hey, check this out." You pulled it back and showed me all the organs. Yeah.
Yeah, I body cast her and did all the stuff. I built that with the ribs and the muscle tissue and all the stuff. And I'm like, "Hey guys, look."
Yeah,
that one's badass.
Now, Sean, is this the same building as the church?
This is the same building as Roseblood.
The same building as Roseblood? Okay.
Yeah, this is the other side of the guest house.
Okay.
Yeah, originally it was supposed to be a barn or a boathouse. We couldn't find an actual one that was available. Yeah. And we did have one actually. And then we're like, okay, we're to confirm we're going to be there the day after tomorrow. And they said, no, we're out of town. We're like, well, you knew we're filming now. Like, what do you mean? And they said, well, sorry. We're like, well, can we still show up to your place and do that? And they're like, nah, not where we're there. You can come back next weekend. Well, we don't have Richie Ramone and Tamara Glenn and Darcy DeMoss and all, like what?
Right.
So we like, hey, Sean, can you guys build a boathouse in a couple days?
Where Richie is standing now is kind of like where Michael was facing off with Jason in Rosebud.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy.
Just threw some, looks like threw some tin up and yeah.
Yeah.
I like the canoe on the other wall, by the way.
We got that from the lumberyard up the street. We went there to use we're going to borrow the lumberyard, right? We found a great set for the lumberyard, and I look up and there's this canoe hanging there, and I go, "Hey, do you mind if I take that to my house for a couple days?" "No, go ahead."
Nice. Good little homage as well.
Yeah.
This eye blink here is genius, Jason.
Thank you.
Genius.
So good.
I was gonna ask about this, but Cody, I wanted to ask you also. Hold on.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, I wanted. Yeah, that was your idea to do the eye blink, Jason.
No, that's in the script. Yeah. It's
or the eye movement, I guess.
All the way back to when David Howard Thornton, because I really wanted it to be like he was stabbed through the head. I mean, we think he's obviously dead, but I wanted there to be some consciousness where he's looking over the people, because I love that in movies and stories or whatever, where the person they're aware of their own death or they're unaware of what just happened. Mm-hmm. So I really wanted the eye movement, and then Ryan Saplinski, our visual effects guy, added the blood to the eye and did all. He just nailed it. It was awesome.
Nice.
But all of it was shot practically, in the sense of we shot all the components, the machete, Richie in place, the eye movement, everything was shot in camera, and then Ryan just put it together.
Nice. Cody, what I wanted to ask you was, is there a challenge when you're trying to light a room that has some kind of reflective surfaces like that tin?
I actually used it better, so I didn't light it as bright because it did reflect.
Okay.
I like the look of the reflective tin. That just means, and you'll see like in the Richie stuff, I don't have to light my actors as much because it's almost like a silhouette.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked it more that way.
Can we talk about this fucking shooting through the door scene?
That's why I paused it.
These holes with the light, and then did you have a guy removing something in front of each hole as the gun was shooting?
I think it was Brent on the other side. Yeah, we had him coordinate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That was phenomenal.
And he would move the padding or the paper.
Yeah, the holes are pre-made. We pre-drilled the holes and stuff, and then covered it up on the other side. Then boom, 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 boom.
I was going to ask how this was done, because I know we made a poor taste joke about it up at the Roseblood premiere, but Rust, the Alec Baldwin movie where they had the shooting, that this was probably filmed before that. I would assume, but I didn't know what the rules were for doing something like this.
You think he's really shooting through the wall? That's a great thing, right? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I was just saying, if they're shooting through a wall, you could. I mean, some filmmakers would be just like, yeah, we could just shoot through the fucking wall. There's nobody on the other side of the wall. But no, you really shouldn't do that.
Right.
So I didn't know. Can you explain some of the rules about, or at least what your rules were for gunplay?
Well, for my rules, I don't want any real guns on set. I'd only put fake guns, rubber, plastic, prop, or some are metal. Like we've had metal ones, but they've never been used. They're not real firing guns, or airsoft are fine. But the ones I have for props, they've never been loaded with airsoft plastic pellets or anything. Whatever. I just have them set aside. I know that these have never been used. There's nothing been put into them. They've been checked. We have an armorer. We have someone who's checking that and making sure. We have safety meetings before each of the scenes to say, hey, everyone, just so you know, we have these on set. The only people allowed to touch this are the armorer and the actor. And in between takes, we'll take it back. And but we also, if you don't feel comfortable, let us know. If you have questions, let us know. If you want to inspect the gun, let us know. And just kind of do that sort of thing. Just keep it all safe and everyone triple checking each other.
Okay. And you said these holes were pre-drilled and then just removed on a snap cue or something?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. They're pre-drilled and a cardboard thing on the other side of it to block the light from coming in. And then as, we timed it with the gun on the inside, just boom, 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 moved the cardboard down and revealed the light.
Nice. Okay. Well, hey, it works. It looks very effective. I'll say that. So, good job, team. Ziggy, are you still there? Jump in, man.
Yeah, man. You guys are going. He's explaining. I'm taking this in. Like I said, I'm
learning. I'm talking way too fucking much. That's what my mother would be saying to me if she was still with us. By God.
But I mean, obviously you can't take a gun. But look at that. Just follow it right in.
No, but I guarantee you some schlocky fucking idiotic filmmakers would just be like, oh, it's a blank wall. You can just shoot through it. It's
I would definitely fucking do that.
Oh, uh-oh. What happened? Who'd we lose?
We like Sean and Ziggy.
Ziggy and Sean at the same time.
Oh, shit. What happened? Sean, come back. Ziggy can go away, but Sean, come back. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Sean lasted that long, and it worked with his audio and everything.
There he is.
Hey, I'm back.
There you are. Sean, all good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
I missed
that. That was really Darcy being thrown.
Yeah, Darcy loved doing her own stunts.
Yeah, she did all of her own stunts. She really wanted to do it.
Oh.
He's out.
Get back. Go ahead. Do it. There you go.
Sorry. I don't know what happened.
What happened?
Just threw me out.
Your shitty. Was it your internet? Your shitty Detroit internet?
Detroit internet strikes again.
So they just mentioned that Darcy did one of the stunts here where she gets thrown. So did any of the other actresses do the same, or?
Yeah, everyone did their own stunts for the most part. There's some stuff with CJ and Tom Matthews that we had stunt doubles for.
Okay.
Kelly did all her own stuff even at the end.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
Homage to Part 6.
Yeah.
Haas, or what's his name? What was his buddy?
Horseshack.
Yeah,
Horseshack.
I don't remember what Halls or something. Halls or something.
Yeah,
Horseshack. It was Horseshack.
Welcome back, Connor.
Kids.
So during the heart punching through Ruby's chest, we had two hearts, one that was black and one that was red for the kills. CJ at the end, when he pulled the heart out, was supposed to be black, obviously. Well, once we got to that part, we couldn't find the black heart anymore. Gone missing from set and prop room. So we just had to grab the one we used for Ruby and pull it out. And afterwards, I kind of had this moment of like, oh, I killed them both, and with their heart, with the same heart. So I put it in a shadow box for them, called it the Voorhees Shared Heart, and sent it off as a little gift to them to have. So
nice. Well, this is a little bit better than just having your head shoved through, a mirror and a Winnebago. So
I don't know. Look how far she's come with that Winnebago scene.
Right.
That was one of her stipulations. She's like, I have one of the longest fight scenes, or the longest fight scene with Jason Voorhees as a non-main character in the franchise, and I want to keep that record or go more. So please make my fight count and make it long.
The only bad thing is she didn't get laid this time right before, so
right.
Yeah.
Not on screen.
Not on screen anyway. Damn it. The mad Cuban strikes again behind the scenes, huh?
I wasn't even there actually.
I'm trying to throw you some props while I'm still throwing you under the bus a little bit.
I'll try. I'll keep trying.
It's a love relationship, brother. Fog.
Hey.
Yeah.
And then back to the church.
This hurts.
Tom McLaughlin needs to do more stuff, more comedy if he can.
Seems like he'd be a hell of a guy just to hang out with and talk to.
He's awesome.
He's awesome. And the crazy thing is he's so critical of himself, and he's great.
Yeah.
Oh, he'd be, yeah.
Well, he's directed like 70 films, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Something up there ridiculous. Yeah, some ridiculous number like that.
He can't look at himself objectively. It's impossible.
He's like 70 years old, and the guy's got like 6 abs too. Looking insane.
Shredded wheat.
He's got that rock star body.
The rock star thing, yeah. The Iggy Pop.
He's got the shredded wheat. I got the oatmeal. I don't know what's going on down here.
Yeah, cream of wheat.
Yeah, the cream of wheat. There you go.
Cream of wheat. Right to the right of Tom is where CJ and Tom Matthews fight. Right in that little lighted spot.
Interesting.
Yep.
I feel like half of Vengeance is filmed there.
Yeah. The last few scenes for sure.
Yeah. Now, where did you find Kelly?
So Jeremy Brown, the director of the first Vengeance, he found her. He put a casting call out on, I think it was Backstage or something, looking, and she was actually in Greece with her family at the time, and going between Greece and LA and all that. But Vengeance was her first film.
Oh wow! I pulled her profile up earlier, or resume, and she's got a few things that are in the works right now too. So
yeah,
couple of shorts
with her for Laugh, by the way. My next film. So because she was so good on set. I mean, you could ask Cody and Jason and Naomi and Sean when she was coming out of that truck, man, she was just on a different level. Just really impressed me.
Excellent.
Yeah, she really does carry this film too as like the final girl she should be, which is a lot for a fan film, right?
Yes. Yeah, and she does a good job in it for sure.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's ever a moment when she's not believable.
Right.
No, and you
well, that's it.
You feel what she feels.
Yep.
Awesome cat and mouse here.
The reoccurring problem with most of the fan films we see, are the main star is given too much to carry. It's beyond their ability,
Right.
Fun note about this, I didn't have my camera team on this one, so I brought my kids with me. So my son is pulling focus for me, and my daughter is B-cam. 13-year-old daughter pulling her own focus on the second camera.
Very good, very good. Well, hey, teach them young, man.
I love how they added this cat and mouse because it's something that's in a lot of Friday the 13th, especially like part 2. and
Yes.
was missing, and I never even talked to Jason about this. So the fact that Jason and Cody put this in is just phenomenal because it's such an homage to the real Friday the 13th.
Well, and yeah, it's one of those, like you mentioned, it's in a lot of the early ones that gets forgotten, especially in fan films. You know.
Yeah.
Vengeance 1 for sure. We know the Vengeance 1 suffered from this.
Me and Jason discussed it, but Jason really listened. We always talk about like what did the fans say about one that was missing, and man, did he listen, and Cody, and they injected it, and see how it's like throughout the whole movie. It's not just unnecessarily done.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought they did a great job with it.
Well, the pace.
Originally,
no offense to 1, but it was only missing because you know why. I mean, we wanted it in.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
We didn't have time. Also, I mean, that movie was like 2 hours and 10 minutes long in the first cut.
3 hours, I think, right? Jason? Isn't there like an hour cut from
it was like 3.
There was so much cut.
And this was originally written as a this shot.
There we go. Yep.
Different level right there, son.
That's kind of a happy accident.
I had a location that we were going to be able to use, and it was a tractor house, like an old tractor house. Had tractors from like the early 1900s, 1930s, and stuff. Just kind of collecting this little place, and everything in that little barn or place with the tractors looked like it could kill you. You go open a door, there's like tractor blades. You open this up, there's like all these saws and spikes and like it just looked dangerous, and we were going to be able to film there. And so I wrote this whole sequence to that, and then once we another location, once we got to film it, it was like, nope, we can't. But luckily we were able to film at the Cedar Brook saw wood place.
Nice.
Even that right there is genius. The fact that she's hiding, you think Jason's going to find her, and then there's Morgan, the hero, to save the day, and that's how you reintroduce him at the end of the story to be there at the end again. Absolutely amazing.
Right. No. Yeah, it works.
They might want to get out of there a little quicker, though.
Yeah.
Why are we hanging out?
Yeah. Let's talk about how you found me real quick for too long, and then let's go.
Exactly.
And I mean, this is kind of the perfect example. Is we didn't know going in that we were going to have these plastic sheets, but what a cool way to kind of be scared of what's on the other side, or even to reveal what's on the other side. It's just something a little more unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wrote it as we were there. Like,
yeah,
how do we
Right
use
there.
this place?
That scene too, just great.
Hey, more fog.
More fog.
Because Jason's been there, I guess.
Yeah.
Now the coroner is that who you were saying was somebody's? No. Who is the coroner? Did we talk about that already?
Well, that guy on the left, he's Lance. He was in the first film.
Right.
As the coroner. He came back. The woman on the right, the detective, that's my boss.
That's your boss. Okay.
She runs what? Tori Bell? And
Tori Bell Cosmetics.
A lot of the makeup came from them, right?
Yep, they donated all the makeup and.
Yeah, it was great. She donated a lot to. We had 5 or 6 makeup artists, and they gave each of us full range of foundation shades, concealers, eyeshadow, like tons of stuff. It was awesome.
Nice.
She was cool on set too, talking to her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she's great.
And she's
I
doing
really like the guy who has the gloves on, who's like dealing with dead bodies, and he's like right on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that shot where it's.
Hey, Red Tank and Zigzag, do you see the Rainier where it says Rainier right there?
Where it says what?
Rainier on the side of the truck?
Yes.
That's a real beer. It's not made anymore, but it was made years ago back in Seattle. It's Seattle-based beer. And this guy happened to have a truck with that emblem on it.
My favorite line, if we could somehow get it, is coming up. I don't know, Jason, you tell me where it is. It's pretty soon. It's my favorite line in the whole movie.
Yeah, it's coming up here.
It's coming, I
We might
think.
have to volume it.
I'm not here for your shitty weed.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And we got to talk about the bear trap thing here in a second, but
In the video game.
yep, we'll let the line go here. I'll turn it up just a touch here.
What the hell is this? What's the actual cost for it, sir? You ain't got no warrant. Get out.
Shut up! I'm not here for your shitty weed. And we ain't got no shitty weed.
That's my favorite part.
What's this?
Hey man, we ain't got no shitty weed here.
And there's Diana.
There's Diana.
How about you just shut
Danny
up?
Bailey.
Find something to defend yourself.
I see Diana in all the forums, basically, all the
Right there.
the Facebook groups, and
She's been an amazing supporter.
Yeah.
You were right.
And that's Amber Hoffmeister, right? That's her name?
Amber Brooke.
Amber Brooke.
I think it's Hoffmeister on Instagram, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like Peter Dorsey. Amber Brooke.
What is that? How dare you?
Stage name.
Who the hell's that?
Who's that guy?
Yeah, this part. I love the second lurch and then looking down at it because that's directly out of the game, and that's how this show that's how Death Curse Society got started, was basically from that video game.
Yeah.
So. And now all of Ziggy's friends get offed.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite sequences. Boob implant.
Yes.
The Jesus picture.
The Jesus picture.
Yeah, this one came together pretty well. I like this thing.
That was Jason. How the fuck did you do that? Was she on a stool?
Well, there was a stool, but
I know you're strong, but she went up pretty easy.
She weighs like 90 pounds, soaking wet.
Still, you didn't one-hand her all the way up in the air. That's fucking like He-Man shit.
Well, he threw a fucking stop sign earlier, man. Come on. Jesus.
But I mean, for her to stay there, didn't she have like something under her feet?
Oh, no. Yeah, from where she was, I lifted her up and up against the thing.
No, I got the lifting, but the holder would be hard.
Yeah, no, I didn't hold her there the whole time.
There was something screwed to the door that she stood on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just later you see the door swing open.
Great. That kill was nothing that good the first take, that's for sure. You did a good job with that.
Bye-bye, Diana.
Yeah, that one came together awesome. And
now,
a lot of the sequence in writing this, in my opinion, like Jason doesn't have like fine motor skills, so I don't see him taking a chainsaw, running around with people and like doing that kind of thing, or with like a bow and arrow and having aim and shooting. So I think he uses things with a blunt, like he's impaling, he's bashing, he's doing that sort of thing. So this whole scene was written around, unintentionally, I guess, that, where if he had an arrow, what would he do? Like,
dude, right there.
Yeah,
dude. The way
he wouldn't shoot it.
100 people could play you and not play that part the way you look there. And the fact that then you guys shot it with you missing again, and now you're like, where the fuck are you? Like, you're a ghost. I fucking love it. I love how you brought that back to the series.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I like this little homage too when they walk out the door to part one.
And the arrows through the person, like part one.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You know what the arrows represent, Red Crank?
I guess I do not.
In the original, one's through their mouth, one's through the groin because they were having sex. One was through the mouth because they didn't talk about him drowning, and one was through his eye because he didn't look at them when the boy was drowning. Those are the three representatives. That's why the mother did it.
I got you. All right. For any of you that have not previously seen this film, there's about to be a pretty interesting twist here. Without completely giving it away, how the fuck did you guys pull this off?
And how did you keep it quiet?
Yeah. So we had a close set. We gave out the script. We left out the ending.
Jason, talk about part one because it almost happened in one.
Well, yeah. So in part one, we talked to Tom Matthews about being in the film because he was supposed to be in Mythos when we worked on Mythos, which got changed in Vengeance and stuff, and we had him as part of that. The day we were about to announce him, he got pulled out. He talked to someone else who convinced him to do otherwise, and so he kind of pulled out. And then in part two, as I'm writing it, I'm like, I'm not going to make a second movie where these kids are looking for their dad and don't find him. Like, that's not, I can't do that. I have to either, there's got to be closure on that. There's got to be a payoff. So they either have to find him alive or dead. And so I went to Vegas to go talk to Alice Cooper, and Tom Matthews happened to be there. And so when I talked to Tom, or talked to Alice, and he said, no, whatever, I went to talk to Tom, and Tom was like, hey, Jason, what's up? And we talked a little bit, and I said, I need you in this film. The fans want you in the film. I said, obviously we made our first one. We're looking for you. And the second one, I can't make another one. So I said, we've got two choices. I will either kill you, and I have the severed head right now. I have the severed head of you that we'll have to use, and these girls will find you dead, or you're in the film and you're the hero and you save the day. And he said, well, let's work together. And so I was like, all right. So then I sent him the script, and he liked it, and we went back and forth on it a little bit, and he wanted a little bit more lines and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, like I didn't want to overdo it or over ask, and so we just kind of collaborated a little bit, and we got him on board, and we had that as the ending, and then of course sent out only a portion of the script to the actors and crew, and we said we had a 12-day shoot, but on day 13 was with him, and so everyone else went home, and just a few select people stayed behind, and so
nice.
Bump the camera again.
Yeah. I'm so
doing it. So
okay.
anyway.
Cody, help him out over there. He's struggling.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second, if I may. Jason, if you could pause the movie 1 second, just so we can get it in. I don't want to miss the movie. So Jason, you marcoed me and Sean. Remember, you were in the Vegas one, whatever. And Jason's like, dude, Tom fucking Matthews is here with so and so. Remember, Sean? And then like I like go into overdrive, like, you gotta fucking get him. I'm like, this is the whole fucking movie. It's up to you, bro. You gotta get it fucking done. You can't fucking fail. Let us fucking know. And then he didn't answer me and Sean for like a day, right, Sean? And we didn't even know. And then all of a sudden, he marked on his back. He's like, hey, just want to let you know, we got him. Yeah, we were like, man, it was a great moment.
Well, I didn't want to count my chickens because we had them before, we had them in the first one, and then so I waited to get that email confirmation from him after I sent him the script and everything, and he read it. And he's like, yeah, let's do it.
Great job.
Because he read the script, he loved it, and how you guys saw the ending.
Yeah.
Like, how could you not want to be a part of that? So
right.
No, it's definitely a hero's ending.
The thought of his daughters finding him headless, like Pamela Voorhees, that seems like that would have been pretty fucking cool too, though. You know what I mean? So if you had to go there,
it was supposed to be where Pamela's head is in the church. We would have had the sack on it the whole time, and we would have assumed it was the Pamela head on the thing. And then when the girls are in there in this scene, she would have turned around when she's looking around, and then they would have pulled the sack off and found their father's head. So
we contacted Marcio Charlie and have him made the head. And I asked Jason, I'm like, how rotten would he be? And Jason's like, he'd be like 3 weeks rotten, just like the end of part 1. So we had Marcio make the actual head and send it to Jason. And Jason, it looks fucking sick. It was unbelievable the job he did with it. But thank God we got Tom. But I think he's going to show it to you.
Looks like he went to get it. Yeah.
Dude.
So let's blow that up.
Oh my God.
There we go.
So that's what could have been.
That is still, this ending is fine. It's great, but I think that would have been pretty fucking crazy too, man. But obviously, yes, we want the real guy in there to come in and square off with the J-Man again. Of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Very nice. Very interesting. I was kind of curious about that. Definitely.
This is why we do these things, folks.
Yeah.
Yes, the shrine, the candles, the bodies.
God damn, that's fascinating, man. That might be the weed talking about.
60 milligrams, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm all right.
Kicking in.
Yeah,
kicking in about now.
Jake, you send me some gummies. I'll send you something that'll keep you up all night. Right, Cody?
I'm not talking about that.
Just next time we're all together, we can share stuff.
Trade secrets.
Trade secrets. Yeah, that's what the kids are calling it.
Yeah, when you're talking about the stress of making a fan film, that'll keep you up all night, obviously.
Oh.
Well, and you just said you're not doing another one, correct?
No.
Oh, come on. The logical next step has to be Vengeance 3D, man.
3D.
Cody, come on. You haven't done a 3D film yet. Come on, get on this thing.
All right.
You want to pay for it? We're good.
Yeah. He just spent $8,000 on anamorphic lenses, man. Fuck you. They're not doing.
I was just about to say, if the fans send lots and lots of money, maybe.
Now somebody is going to try to put like a 3D fan film, Indiegogo, coming soon.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Can't even imagine. Fuck around with that.
Yeah.
If we do it, it'll be VR.
There you go.
It'll be a 360 movie.
I love that.
I do too.
So this is the scene where, especially from this point on, Jason and I just had to come in here and just figure out what we were going to do, because the script was like 9 pages of just action.
Right.
And I didn't know what it was.
And there was no blocking beforehand,
No.
hardly.
No, because we didn't even have, like, when it was written, we didn't have the church. We didn't have the decor,
True.
wasn't set dressed. And I did want to use the environment. I didn't want to just say, oh, now he throws a left hook and he does an uppercut, and it's like we got to figure out what's going to happen in the environment so that it makes sense and it feels more organic. And so, yeah, Cody and I went through and we're like, well, what if we have these girls start here and Jason here, and then we'll talk about the CJ and Morgan fight and kind of block it all out that way. And it's really complicated because you got to get the timing right so you can cut back and forth between them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they sometimes interact and cross with each other, or it's a lot, like when you break it down.
It's done absolutely beautiful. I don't know if Zigzag and Red Crank, you guys are wrestling fans, but like in a wrestling, you tell a story during a match. This is telling a fucking story. This is like Star Wars when they're cutting back to the TIE fighters, back to the ground fighters, back to Luke facing. They're going through 3 different like stories here at once and just revolving. It's fucking phenomenal.
It's kind of like a Royal Rumble in wrestling, where you got 2 people in one corner fighting and 2 people in another corner fighting, and then every now and then they switch opponents or whatever.
Right.
Kelly just kicked off of the podium
Mm-hmm.
and landed on Jason. He broke a rib. For real.
Oh, did she?
Yeah,
Dang it.
when she landed on me, we landed
she broke
wrong.
his rib. He continued on, didn't tell us.
This shot right here.
This whole rest of the scene is with me with a broken rib.
Oh, damn.
And outside, but this shot coming up is gold. I don't know how you got her to do that. The athleticism of her.
I think all actors, when they get to do their own stuff, they love doing action. So she was all for it.
Right here, when she steps on her back, though, and Jason to be able to hold her, fucking amazing.
With the broken rib.
Yeah, with the broken rib.
Oh, jeez.
It didn't hurt the rib.
I don't know how many other fan film Jasons could have hold the girl on their back like that.
Right.
I couldn't do it with my knee.
All hope is lost.
Yeah.
And you said all the actors except CJ and Tom did majority of their own stunts?
Yep.
Even in this battle royale scene?
Exactly, yep. No
Wow.
other stunt people here. This is all us.
And with CJ and Tom, it's just like the flying scenes that whenever Tom had to fly, they had somebody else do it. The rest of it he did.
Uh-oh. Poor guy. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good one.
Nice and wet. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
That's so brutal.
This is just phenomenal. The way you guys wrote it, the way the music is, the way Sanaya acts and Kelly, it's one of the best footage in any fan film for acting, if you ask me.
I had to leave the set after the first take. I was too emotional. I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
I admit it.
Well, I mean, it is pretty easy to imagine because they're both acting really well. So tonight would really be there.
The music. Sanaya, phenomenal.
Yep.
I ran out right there.
It still gets me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Yep.
Oh.
Probably Jason's standing there. I fucking love that arch, Jason. It's so different. It's you. It's different. I love it.
Oh, the way I'm standing?
Yeah.
It's because his fucking rib hurts and he's trying to gap him up a little bit. Like, oh, Jesus Christ.
I remember watching this live and having the fans on YouTube go absolutely apeshit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then having to do that, too.
With the rib. And I love the foreshadowing where you're showing the tent spike from the cemetery.
Yeah. I like the fact that you brought that back. That was just kind of a nice little, again, another little homage that just makes complete fucking sense, but I haven't seen it used anywhere.
You got the mother's head from Peter, and where'd you get that sweater from?
You?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, hold on. Can you reach back there? Can you reach back there, Peter? Can you get it? All right.
Yeah. I mean, I distressed it and painted him up and made it look more, you know.
This shot by Cody. This shot by Cody is the best.
This is a great shot. Yeah.
Right here. Oh my god. Unbelievable.
Yeah. I love directing this whole sequence. I mean, this is like on cloud nine for me.
Sean, you might want to mute this for a minute.
She's okay, folks.
She should have died.
Red Crank and Zig, what's your vote, real quick? Should she have died? Yes or no?
I think it would have been more powerful if she had.
It puts more weight on it.
Yeah, especially if we're not making another one, it would put more weight. But it changes Tom Matthews the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
But I could see why you would keep her around. But also, that was a lot of blood to come splatting out of her head and face whenever you knock her down, and then she's like, "Oh, okay."
But it looked fucking cool.
It looked fucking cool.
Yeah,
it was cool. The thing was destroyed right there.
And I will say this: the maskless makeup looks great. You know, it's a very good continuation from 6, and including Vengeance 1. You know,
the Pamela voice, that's straight from the video game.
Most of it is from Wendy's here. She's a professional voice actress.
So when me and Jason wrote the first script, we talked about how the reason how Jason knows his dad is bad because he doesn't really give a shit about his mother, and he knocks the head away from her. And that kind of showed that Elias doesn't care, and that's how Jason knew his dad was bad and turned on him. It came out different here, but that was kind of the premises of it. Because Jason loves his mother, but Elias really doesn't.
Right.
Which you see right here, because he cares. Put it right back, you know? Yeah.
Ashley!
This is like 3 a.m. right now.
I think in most fan films, it would have been done. Okay, Tom Matthews leaves. And that's the cameo that we get.
Yeah, more than likely. Now, did you have Tom for 2 or 3 days, or just one day?
For 1 day.
Then they come back.
Then the funeral.
Yep. We had him for 1 day, and then we had him come back for pickups.
But Jason writing in the sack, Jason, is phenomenal. And then that turning, as you see later on, into the different Jasons was just amazing how he worked that into the story.
Yeah.
For Steve and his family, too, you know?
I wasn't sure how that was going to look, but I kind of dig
it.
Yeah, man.
It works, man. Dude. You look better than the game.
It works.
Ask is right.
And CJ is a trooper because CJ's knees are shot right here. He has his knee replaced 2 weeks after this. What a shot. Look at the colors. Wow.
Yeah, I think there's a commenter on YouTube that says, "Oh, Sackhead Jason kind of slapped."
Jason drew all those little figures on the wall back there, right, Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
4th of July.
We were set decking, and he just was like, this wall seems kind of blank, and just started painting, and I turned around and like, that's beautiful. How did you do that?
I had some shitty chip brushes and some white acrylic paint, and I was like, what can I do to change it? Oh, it's a church.
Thanks for doing that on Rosebud. Appreciate it.
I wasn't asked to be a set designer on Rosebud.
Jason!
Oh, right here. Best scene. So real quick, Red Crank and Zigzag. I was in Kentucky. I don't care if anybody wants me to say it or not. I was talking with Tom Matthews. Tom Matthews said this is his top 3 favorite scenes in the history of Friday the 13th. Fan, film, or canon. You don't believe me? You could ask him. He said it right to my face in front of Kane and everybody there. This scene right here where Jason transitioned. Which, what a compliment to Cody and Jason.
Yeah.
Nice with the hit to the machete.
Now, I gotta ask, What inspired this little dream sequence? Just coming from Tom, like a concussion kind of thing, or what?
All right. So CJ Graham.
Yes.
I'll pause it. Yeah.
I was gonna say, it's just to get CJ back in the iconic look again.
No, when Tom McLaughlin on the first set before the pickups, when Tom McLaughlin was there, Tom Matthews was there, CJ, Tom, like we said, Tom had to go home early for the surgery. Originally, they were all three supposed to be there together, and then CJ said, "I'm going to bring my costume with me. I think would it be cool if we go to the cemetery down the road and shoot a quick little thing with the three of us, just like a little something." And I was
like a promo or something.
Yeah, like a little promo or just something a little fun, a side little project. And I was confused because I'm like, well, how does that fit into this? And I'm like, I don't know if we have time, but you bring it. Let's see, because I would love to see that and have you three back together. And he brought it, but then, like I said, Tom McLaughlin went home for surgery and never happened. And then it got us talking. And then the more we talked, he's like, well, we could do like a dream sequence and then back in the costume. And anyway, back and forth until we end up with this. And I was like, well, how do we get him back in there and get Tom in his costume, CJ in his costume? And, like, well, we know he bumps his head. We can have the flashback, a little bit of PTSD and stuff. And
that's what I was going to say, trauma from the past. That's what I took it as when I watched this the first time.
I mean, this has been plaguing him for 30-something years. And he's been, chasing this and seeing it, and it's just haunting him. So it ties back the original to this, and I don't know, it just, and seeing CJ back in that costume, holy shit.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
And
and this is the costume that Tom wore at Scarefest at Lexington. This exact costume from V2. He wore this for the pictures that he took with CJ. How fucking cool is that?
Nice.
Yeah, and I gave it to him after it was over. I'm like, hey, do you want the costume? He's like, oh, sure, whatever. So you wear it to conventions, the photo ops. He's like, I don't know, you think that's kind of dorky or weird, or like, fans love that? Are you kidding me? And he's like, oh, okay. So he took it, and I saw it, him wearing it. I was like, amazing. Awesome.
Nice. Yeah. Well, yeah. If for those that don't know, Tom Matthews and CJ Graham face off again.
Why won't you die?
So.
Had to happen.
It's freezing right here, like 3, 4 in the morning. We lost Joe Caban. He went to the car to sleep.
Yeah, we had to use the original music. Nothing else worked.
Oh, music's perfect.
Yeah.
And then Cody right here, we were doing the fight scene. Cody has a camera coming up, and he puts it to the right of both of them and uses the flashes of a real camera to act like a gunshot. It was phenomenal. Right here.
It was just a light that I turned on and off.
Yeah. That flash right there.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, can you pause it?
Yep.
Oh, missed it.
Go back just a little.
You don't want to reveal this?
Yes, I want to reveal it. It's a cool thing. It's a cool thing.
Okay. I went back too far.
I'll tell you when to pause it.
All right.
I have those shoes. I took the shoes. The Air Jarvises, I call them.
The Air Jarvises?
He falls to his knees and the camera goes to him. I'll show you when. Right there, pause it.
Okay.
The cut on the wrong side.
Yes.
Well, one of my fans I buy masks from hits up. He goes, bro, your cut's on the wrong side. What happened? So I hit up Cody. I go, why the fuck is... I saw the mask. I was there. It wasn't on the wrong side.
It's a reverse.
I had to invert it because of the coloring, or what was it, Cody?
It's because he was on the right side in this shot, because whoever shot it shot him on the right side. I don't remember what moment it was.
Okay.
Maybe it was when he shoots and turns around and he gets up or something like that. But
I like things like that. I like little stories like that.
Yeah. No.
I didn't even notice.
You can't unsee it.
Yeah.
That is true.
It's just
what?
Split-second shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll never see it again.
We got that mask from fiberglassmask.com. I was talking with Jason, like, we want to put that bullet hole at the end that they never really put in 7. We want to put that in there. So you notice 7 doesn't have it.
Nice.
I shot this in a way. I changed the camera settings to make it look a little more vintage, more saturated, darker black. To kind of match the old way too.
Let's talk about Cody Falk, or Cody Falk, Cody Newton, the genius here. This truck is not moving. This truck is not even on when it hits Jason. Yet you think it is.
Wow.
How he did it was unbelievable.
That's just me moving the camera to create the movement.
Interesting.
And then me throwing myself against the front and then throwing myself back.
You did that
Over
like
and over
what,
again.
7 times, Jason?
Yeah. And then here's the second time I get the next rib broken.
Oh no.
She's actually stabbing a bowl of blood when you see the POV.
His ribs have healed at this point.
Yeah, because this is the pickups, so
Yeah.
they won't feel.
Great job there.
We were fighting the light here
Oh, I bet.
because the sun was coming up.
Yeah, there was a little daylight sneaking in back there, it looked
Yeah,
like.
you see it right there.
Yep.
So what brought him to life is what kills him. Genius writing.
Yep.
Oh, so I didn't even know how I was going to kill Jason for so long, and I called Tom McLaughlin. I'm like, what do I do? Like, how do you kill Jason without killing him? Because I don't want to decapitate him. I don't want to, I got to find a special way to do it so it's not cheesy.
You could throw him in a meat grinder.
Yeah.
Scrapyard.
Forever. And finally, I ordered some props from I can't remember the guy's name. I always forget it.
Horror effects costume.
Horror effects, yeah, some stuff. And then he was like, "Hey man, I got this old pole here from part 6. You want it? And it's just this much." I'm like, "Sure, I'll take it." So I got it, and all of a sudden I was like, "Wait a minute."
Nice
I'm
touch
like, I don't
here,
know how to
guys.
put that into the film, and I thought, "Wait, what if Tommy stabs him with that?" And it's like, so that's how I came up with the ending was happenstance by ordering the stuff.
And again, a very nice tribute to Steve Dash
There's
included in this.
There's Naomi with the glasses.
I look very different.
Oh,
now.
there's.
wow.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and thank you. I from the beginning we knew we were going to have this memorial for him. But
Regardless if Tom was able to come in for the role or not, there was going to be a funeral.
yes, and originally Cody was going to be the one delivering this, and then
he wanted me to write it and deliver it, and I was like, okay.
yeah, and so Cody was going to do it, but then Cody was like, "Wait, we should have Tom Matthews do it." It's like, that's brilliant.
We gotta milk him for everything.
We got him for one more day. Come on.
Yeah, he said I'd be honored to do it, and he did.
This is the last like 2 hours that we have him. So right after this, we all took like 100 pictures with him.
Yeah, I didn't hear him.
Our brother, our friend. There's been a lot of talk about other Jasons. Jason
This is
Voorhees.
beautiful.
And also, I mean, I don't know how we haven't. Well, I do know why we haven't mentioned it all night yet. But happy birthday to Tom Matthews today. So.
Oh, that's right.
I love how he snuck in the real Jason there. That was pretty good.
Yep.
That was my only contribution to that whole bit.
And then the broken tombstone comes back.
We had a different ending here. If Jason wants to talk about it.
It originally just ended right here, but then when we were doing the reshoots, my son, he was watching. He's like, you know what would be better is if the girls turn around and walk up to Tom Matthews to their dad, and they all get into a truck like with the stuff packed and move away. I was like, shit, that would be better. And so when we had Tom back out, we shot the that part of it.
Yeah, I mean,
very nice.
I mean the post scene with the mom.
Oh, that one.
What are you doing?
Yeah, originally we had a post
with the hand, like a Carrie ending
over the shoulder. It's like the part where Tom McLaughlin has the wheelbarrow in the trailer when he's like, "Some folks have a strange idea of entertainment." He looks over, sees the graves are dug up, and then we have Jason turn around, putting that mask on, got a pickaxe, and then the mother comes up. We had a contortionist, and came up as all creepy and put the hand on, and it's like my special boy, or that's my boy, or something. And 5 hours of makeup, but then once we got it out, we got it lit.
It just didn't work.
She's like a 22-year-old contortionist, and her skin and body looks very youthful and doesn't have the right texture. I'm like, I can't end it on something that's not perfect when I feel like we've got a really solid pretty much perfect ending here. I just don't want to take away from this.
Jason, I'm gonna send it to you later, but I found it. Anyways, and I do the whole mother's hand thing. I found it on our Marco. And this is a Fiberglass Mask Part 5.
I was gonna say, why'd we go with the Part 5 here?
I asked Jason if he liked the Part 5. He said yeah, and then we sent Jason that picture, and Jason drew like the damage on it, and then the guy did it to the mask, right, Jason?
Nice.
Yeah, I was like kind of iffy because I'm like, if we do a 3, I don't want to wear the Part 5 mask.
Right.
So, but I'm like, we're not doing a Part 3, so I guess it's fine. And it was just something that Tommy Jarvis had laying around the house, so it was not the exact one that Jason has, and
right.
So it's something that was constantly remind them at home. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. We'll get rid of that and leave it behind. So
in the original script, it was part of his hockey outfit. Remember?
Yeah. Well, no, there was they were in a sporting goods store or something, and there was
Well, guys, Jesus Christ, thank you so much for joining us and letting us get a little insight into this.
I love it. Hear them; those little stories are just
I love them.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that you did this at the end with some of the behind the scenes stuff here. I don't think it's necessarily started exactly yet, but there's some behind the scenes stuff coming here in a minute, folks. But
there's the puzzle box.
There's the puzzle box. Yep. So, Sean, what is next for you? What do you got in the works? If you can tell us anything.
Probably 259. Probably next.
259.
That's with Cody.
Okay.
And that's coming up, and then Sinai has another project with Hawkins in April. Between now and April, I don't know, just depends. Sinai's still busy though with college coming up and stuff.
Right.
I don't know what her schedule is. She's changed her directive. She wants to act more now than she ever. So there's actually talk with, hey, if I land something with Disney, bye college. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But as far as that goes, there's about 4 projects in the hopper. Like I said,
nice.
We have to go finish the last scene at Killcraft, put that together. That should be pretty good. And then, that's about it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to a couple of those, and we'll keep an eye out for them when they come out, and try to encourage our viewers to go out and give it a shot. So.
Sure. Thank you. Appreciate that.
And Peter, you said you recently signed up for a prequel or something. Is there anything you can tell us about that? Any details?
They released it. So it's CC Entertainment Group. They made a trilogy with Halloween. It was called the Halloween Chapter 1, 2, and 3. The guys in Seattle area. So I'm playing a character in a trilogy there, a guy named Tank. Believe it or not, like a badass guy, right?
No.
So, but after that, I'm in the process of writing a movie called Laugh, which is like this huge project that I'm trying to get off the ground with Terry Kaiser. I definitely want Jason and Naomi to be part of it, and Sean and everybody, hopefully Cody and everybody. And I want to like make that huge and like try to go to movie theaters, kind of like raise like $300,000 kind of thing. Terry Kaiser's ready on board. Todd Jenkins is ready on board. I was talking to a couple other actors. I don't know yet. So I got to write it first and then fill it in from there. But everybody on this team, we always go here, and we go to the next level. And that's what I'm trying to do. So we'll see. It's really, really ambitious, but we're done with fan films. And we love fan films. We've all lost hundreds of thousands of dollars on fan films. I feel like we paid our fucking dues, and we love the franchise. But hey, I want to make a fucking dollar now. So that's what I'm gonna do.
I get you, man, and I'm happy to hear from both of you so far, and hoping to hear more here in a minute. I'm happy to hear original projects.
Right. That's what when Cody said, yeah, this looks great and everything with Roseblood, we were wrapping it up at the thing, and he's like, now we need to make something we can fucking sell.
Yeah.
So I can get paid.
And it was a learning process for me. I mean, remember, I never wrote before, or directed, or produced. So being around Cody and Sean and Jason, I just sponged into everything I possibly could. So I learned a ton.
Nice. Cody, you said you're going to be filming in Oklahoma. What can you mention that, or what else do you have coming up?
I could talk about all this. I signed on Darcy DeMoss. I took about a year to make everyone else's dreams come true, I guess, with these movies, and it's time for me to write and direct my own film. So the next film that I'm doing is a little Hallmark movie called Hitman for the Holidays. It is an action movie stuck in a Hallmark movie. It's like John Wick, True Lies style, but during Christmas time. So Darcy's in that. It's going to be shot in Oklahoma City. We have 2 actors from there, and we are trying to find our main A-list actor right now to play the big baddie. So that's kind of exciting, and just got funding for it. And then the other one,
I don't know if he'd fit, but CJ has some ties to Oklahoma, so.
Oh, he does.
He doesn't live here full time, but I want to say his wife is from here and has family here. So you might be able to pull some strings there.
Talk to CJ, and he could just be in it. I don't know if he's the big baddie, but he would be perfect for some of the Hitman stuff.
All right. Just a little side note that I remember from talking to him years ago.
Yeah, and I love him. I love Ruby. So that's actually a really good idea. I actually thought about Terry Kaiser. But we're looking for a little more A-list.
Okay.
So excited about that one. But the other one we're shooting in July is 259. It stars my son and Sanaya. It's actually based on a true story. It's kind of like a Conjuring, dark fantasy type, but it deals with demonic possession in an apartment building, but it's told through the kid's eyes. So writing and directing those ones next year. So excited about
Very nice. Very nice. Congratulations, man. Good for you. And fucking knock it out of the park, all of you so far.
Yeah. Shout out to Jason's father here, who passed away during the movie, after the movie, unfortunately.
I saw that. Yes. Sorry to hear that, Jason. But yeah.
Thank you.
And that little dog right there in STL is Diamond. If that little STL,
that was the good girl.
Jones' dog, Diamond.
Naomi, do you have anything that you're working on coming up, or?
Yeah, there's a couple of things in the works. We kind of have our Real Fiction Studios makeup and effects team together, so we work together a lot. And there's a couple things coming up. We got some stuff with Cody. A few little shorts here and there. I have some random photo shoots that I do just because they're fun. You got some movies in the works. I think
Jason was my next stop. So
busy, yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Jason?
I'm hoping I'm still on all the Cody stuff. I'm hoping I'm still on Laugh. I'm hoping I'm still on all these things. So they've already been said. But then I've got a story too that I don't know if you guys saw the Capture music video we did for Crossing Crusades, but it was a creepy thing that we put together, and everybody was like, I want to see more of that. So I'm writing something for that. I've got another project called More Human, which is another horror film that I'd like to also do. And then I've got some other, like a lot of stories just kind of bubbling around. It's just a matter of which one we come to first.
Jason, the Barn 2 also.
The Barn 2. Yeah, that one's out. I was in there.
Yeah.
You're in the
I
barn.
saw that you were in that. Yeah.
See, too bad the Colonel's not here. He could go a half hour with you on the barn, man. He loves
Really?
it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I played Zombie Jesus in that. Linnea Quigley, she kills me pretty good, but I also played Louis. That was one of the ones that they had me play Louis in because they liked the character. So.
Oh, nice.
See?
Jason Marco.
So Louis.
He doesn't tell me. Jason Marco me one night. I look at the phone. He's in fucking Jesus outfit with long ass hair, all bloody with crazy blue eyes. He's like, "Hey man, what's going on?" I go, "The fuck are you doing?" Jesus. Yeah.
Mel Gibson hired me for a new telling of Temptation of Christ.
And the other day you were in some alien outfit, like fucking roasting marshmallows or some shit, Jason, right?
Oh, that was Zombiegeddon.
Yeah, that was a BTS I posted,
Crazy.
which is also already out. It's, I think, making the festival circuit right now.
Yeah, I played the alien, the costume made by Joe Castro. But yeah, there's some short films we're working on, some other things. Killcraft, I got to finish up.
Killcraft is getting finished. I have one that I worked on last year called Winter Island that I think is getting finished at some point. I don't know when, but soon.
Close. Good. Well, Peter, you just said something that kind of shook me for a second. You said that you guys are done with fan films, but there's still some business of a Roseblood 2, if I remember correctly.
So
what's going on?
You have to understand, like, the half marketing mind of me, right? Versus like, so when I'm at places, like when I'm with Danielle and I'm with Kane and I'm with people, it's like, I'm going to talk to her about this, and I'm going to talk to people about this and what they do, and then I kind of throw it in their minds and talk about it and work on it and put a picture up. And honestly, I never like want to do anything. I throw an idea out to somebody and somebody goes, do it, and then it's almost like a fucking bet, and then I gotta kind of do it. It's weird. So like I wanted the Danielle Harris thing to be out there to see how the fans reacted, and they really reacted.
Oh man.
So I if I this is how it is. If I do laugh and it's a success like I hope it's going to be, and I actually have money, then I'll do Roseblood too.
Okay.
Fair enough.
With Red Crank and Zigzag in the background.
Listen,
right.
we know Danielle pretty good. We can put a bug in her ear. She's a friend of the show, so we can definitely help you out there. No problem.
Yeah, she's awesome. I was talking to her and Kane at Monster Mania. She's a little thing.
Oh, she's so tiny. Yeah, if you're in any scenes with her, you're going to have to put her on a stool.
Right.
So, just a little box.
Yeah.
Comment I wanted to hit here. FaZe says, "Great movie, guys. Thanks for coming on and doing a commentary for us. Thanks, FaZe, for watching."
Yeah, thanks for watching. Join us.
Man, this has been fun, guys. I really appreciate it, and I can't say any more. Well, one more thing I will say to Cody.
Wait. I need the fucking scores.
I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that.
Right.
Cody, when you're in Oklahoma, I want to take you to a place called the Skirvin Hotel. If you haven't heard anything about it, check it out.
Sounds like
It's a hotel that is so haunted that NBA teams, when they visit here, will not go, because that used to be where the Thunder would put teams that would play here, but they won't go anymore because it's so messed up. Like some of the Lakers. It is. Oh, yeah. Some of the Lakers have said they've been molested by ghosts in there. So it's an interesting little place. But no, best of luck, guys. I can't say anything more than to wish you all the best with every project that you guys have coming up, and please let us know, keep us in the loop on what's coming, and let us talk more about it, whether it's all of you or just one of you.
I don't know about the Hallmark movie unless you add a little Tarantino, some blood and splatter in there. We'll get you in then. We can probably make that work. Otherwise, we'll wait for the next
action.
It's not straight Hallmark.
A Hallmark movie. It's like True Lies.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So
waiting on the scores.
We've been called out here, Ziggy. So
I've got nothing to hide here, because you heard me. I've been upfront about this since premiere night.
You guys have always been honest. It's just been so long since the movie's out.
It's been a long time coming, but you've earned it, and I've seen it. Now this is the third time, so this is what I like about these.
I'm going to let Ziggy bite the bullet for goddamn sure.
Because I'm gonna give it what it's due here, and it's gonna be fine. Everyone's gonna be happy. I was entertained by this movie. The things that were wrong with Vengeance, if you want to call it wrong or whatever, I mean, things were rectified here. The pacing of the story, the way it's stacked, getting the legendary characters coming back, I love all that shit, man. And then, of course, the big cherry on the fucking top, when Tommy comes back to face Jason again. Even, again, I went with that. I said it's the trauma that's causing him to flash back to the vision where he was. So I was into it the whole way, and I was completely satisfied with this movie. As far as the fan films go, man, we go a little bit of a different curve for those, but I'm giving it a fucking 8. Vengeance gets an 8 from Zigzag.
Wow.
I'll take it.
Thank you.
Nice. Thank you, Zigzag.
Thank you.
No bullshit. I don't have to fluff this at all, man. After watching this 3 times, that's legit.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't see that coming. Good for you. Good.
And it's the Colonel.
I had a fucking bomb ready to go to his fucking house, so now I can just give him that fucking shit, man.
He's got my address too. So.
Yeah, I was going to meet him there.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next. I'm just kidding.
We obviously got the best two because the third gentleman is the tougher of the three.
He's the tough nut to crack. He's you know.
But he loves the barn, and I don't understand it.
So, right. I love the barn too. So Crank stands on that island alone.
Oh my god! And I'll fish from there if I need to. I'm good. Okay.
Yeah, man.
I was not a fan of the Vengeance One. We all know this. I'm sure there are voodoo dolls made in my likeness somewhere around at least one of your houses.
I got one.
Right over.
Yeah, he's got. Yeah, see, I knew it. I fucking knew it. Wait, Ziggy was Ziggy even looking for one, motherfucker? What was that? Where's Ziggy's? No, I wasn't a big fan of the first one. You know, it had its issues, but I was told a year ago that this one was going to be a far improvement. So I held out hope, and it was a drastic improvement. A lot of that was the direction. A lot of that was the cinematography. Very nice job to both of you gentlemen. A lot of that was the effects. The effects, you know, were similar, but they were amplified in a way. Yeah, there we go. To them.
Let it out.
The majority of the acting is much better. Sanaya is definitely improving. I love that she is growing, and I want to see her in a different role. So I haven't had a chance to see her in anything else besides these couple of the few fan films that I've watched her in. So I'm looking forward to seeing.
Kelly kill though, she did sell or semi kill. She did sell that pretty good, I thought. Right?
The end of this
with her and Kelly, I thought she sold that. It took both of them to sell that scene. I thought they did.
No, like I said, she did a great job in that scene, and there were a couple other scenes that she was great in.
The stress, the drama. This is better than like the movies.
Shut the fuck up, Peter.
Just be honest, man.
The only negative that I really see in this again is some of the comic relief. It just seemed a little forced in some places, like the search team. I mean, as much as I appreciate a good Icelandic phallic museum joke and reference, it seemed a little forced. But I love the fact that you are getting attention for it, and that's cool. So. But yeah, that's just me. I'm hard on comedy when I shouldn't be. I guess.
Are you hard on part 6?
There are some jokes in 6 that I'm like, come on, you know. Yeah. But most of it I kind of think fits, even though it's quite a departure from, you know, the tone of the earlier films. But overall, it wasn't as bad as the first one. Again, in my opinion.
Peter, is that bomb ready?
Shoot a fucking number out before I fucking smash your fucking head in, okay?
All right.
Can we get a number? You gave me a number for Rosebud. I ate it. What was it? 657? I forgot what it was. I ate it.
I think it was. I think I gave Rosebud 7.
It was 7.5 for me. I think.
Yeah, I got you on the Christmas list, bro.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Another half fucking point gets me on the Christmas list?
Yeah, well, just the fact that he's over you gets you on the
Christmas list. Gets you off the bomb list.
The fuck? I would give this a 7.25.
7.25.
So
we rose. What would you give Vengeance 1?
What did I give? Oh God.
I never watched it.
What'd you say? Would you call it Vengeance 1?
Yeah, 1. You're saying
a 1?
I got you.
No, I didn't give it a 1. Did I? Do you remember? It was low.
One of you guys did.
I never even knew about it, and then you guys told me, "Hey, listen, if you ever go watch Vengeance 1, don't hate us." I'm like, I never watched your review of it, and after you told me that, I was scared to fucking watch it, so I never watched
don't watch it. Please don't watch it.
And again, that was early on in the film game, and after seeing kind of how the land lays out and where the ranks go and shit, that you know what I mean.
I think your compliment was a compliment when you said that certain people are rising to a different level and certain people aren't, and you said that you're part of that. I agree with. I hopefully agree with that.
Yeah. I think this whole team is growing as filmmakers. I really do, because I can see that from Vengeance 1 to Roseblood to this, so I can see that, and I mean that's
the chops are there. That's what you'd see in a major release, feature film release, and with 800, 1,000 theaters behind it. These films look good like that, so that's why you guys are on the way up for sure.
And I will say this also. I guess another negative about Bloodlines would be the length of it a little bit, and that's the only. But I also understand you had to figure out ways to kill backers. You had to figure out ways to include, some of these other celebrities in it to
and they got it back on
beef
track,
it up
too.
a bit.
They got it back on where it needed to go.
And it made sense.
Jason probably won't say this, but I'll tell you as a film director, like the 45 minutes in the beginning of Rosebud where we're building characters, and some people are like, it's probably maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes too long. You're right, but that's because there's 6 actors who paid to be in it. There's 6 actors who paid to die in it. So it's the same kind of thing where you're not Steven Spielberg, where you can totally get your vision out. You still have to include the people who made your dream possible. So that's not an excuse. That's just the truth of it.
Yeah, but it was still interesting learning those characters and what they were doing. And when shit starts going haywire there in Roseblood, that's it. You're there now. Let's go. It's fine. It's fine. It pays off great.
The great thing I think. Sorry, I'll let these guys talk. They're so humble they'll never say things I'll say. So the great thing I think, and I only say this because everybody tells me this, is that you went from V1 to Rosebud to V2. I think we get better and better. Look at fucking Cody, director of photography. Look at the.
I'm not doing that, by the way. Yeah. That's his internet.
No. Dang it.
Well, it's funny because I was going to joke with him and like mute his mic just to be like, oh, damn, but I didn't. It's his internet.
It looks like he's got a happy ending happening at a massage or something.
$20 love you long time, Peter?
If you thought this movie was long, what did you think of Terrifier 2?
I thought it was about an hour too long.
Okay.
Well,
no, that was one of the first things I said.
They definitely like the whole song could have probably been trimmed down a little bit. I mean, it was nice, but I get why they did it that way and everything. But I'm a fan. I like the gore. You know what I mean? So and that character
again, not doing. Oh, he's coming back though.
It's cool to see somebody that could stand alongside of Jason, Michael Myers, and Leatherface these days. It's been a long time since anybody has had even come close to that. So I'm rooting for them to continue their success.
I was just saying, Peter, I did not do that. Although I was thinking about muting your camera or muting your mic halfway through that just to play a little joke on you.
So the only thing I was saying is I think we get better each film. And that's not being cocky. I just really think we all get better each film. And that's all you can ask for is we get better each film.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. You don't have to think you're getting better. I can tell you right fucking now, all of you are getting better. And Sanaya as well is getting better in every single film. So, and that's what I love watching. I mentioned earlier about doing some theater, and I loved watching some of these young kids that had these, little dopey roles, that were just like little walk-on roles in some things. And, in the theater that I worked with, I was there for like 15, 20 years. So I watched some of these kids grow up, and some of them are still at this theater, and I still go and see them do some shows. And I love the fact that, I remember when you were 8 years old and you were like one of the kids in A Christmas Carol that I would scare the shit out of as Jacob Marley. And now you're like taking a lead role in one of these shows, or you're directing a show. And that's what I love about seeing, knowing you guys and knowing other, fan film or just filmmakers is watching them grow. So
The boss
kudos to all of you guys.
The boss has spoken in the notes, if you haven't noticed.
Do what now? Uh-oh. Shit, I haven't noticed this. Oh. Fuck you, Ziggy.
Everyone's looking like they're like, okay.
Right.
It's probably my fault. I've been talking too much.
Oh, no.
No. Well, this is about an hour longer than our normal Mondays, so. But no, guys.
My busted tooth, too. I'm like starting to. It hurts.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
well, guys, again, thanks for joining us and going on this ride with us, and can't wait to see what else you got coming up.
Well, thank you so much for having us. Really appreciate you taking the time and going through it with us and asking the questions.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sean, make sure to tell Sanaya goodnight and stay in school. Tell her that.
She will. If I have anything to say about it, she will. Me and my wife.
Fair enough.
Hey, thanks for the scores. I didn't think you guys would go that high, so thank you.
Oh, it'd be hard to sit here and, like I said, boy, if I had to watch that first one and sit here and try to do that, it'd be hard. It'd be really hard. But I mean, I'm entertained by these, and as I was with Roseblood and this one, and I like the even some of like the Black Christmas one that came out was really, really good. Another good quality fan film. So I mean, I'm a fucking fan of the better ones, man, for sure. And as Friday the 13th fans, on behalf of all of them, I mean, just thank you for being fans and to bring it back and to do these little nods and these tributes to it. It's fucking phenomenal, and
Hey,
I love it all, man.
I can tell that you guys appreciate what we do, and that means more than a high score, to be honest with you. There are so many people out there that bash on filmmakers that, first of all, how could you ever give maybe a couple movies, but other than that, how could you ever give a movie a 1? I mean, when we go to our page, our IMDb page, and we see 28 ones, 108 ones, it's like you guys, you're just gonna give a 1 no matter what. You're just giving a 1 because you want to give a 1.
Yeah, there's the assholes out there just gonna go with that.
I don't think people appreciate what Jason, what Cody, what Peter put into these films, and what I put into these films, and what my wife and the actors and the people that want to be actors put into these films. It's amazing. You guys wouldn't.
It is.
You wouldn't believe how hard we work.
The people that work hard for free too.
Yeah. I would not believe it. It's sun up to sundown. To be honest with you, there's 17, 18, 19, 20 hours a day that goes into these movies, and as old as I am now, when these movies end, it takes me a good week to recover. I look around and everything's like, I take a deep breath and man, my bones ache, everything aches. It's crazy, and I know these guys are in the same boat. So thank you.
You know what? The passion, no problem. I mean, but the passion was obvious when Crank and I were in the room in Connecticut for Roseblood, and just watching you guys watch your movie and seeing Peter's dad watch him have his moment and stuff.
Yeah,
you just tell this is
that was special.
Not just a bunch of idiots just out here just having fun, a hobby thing. No, man, there's real passion here and real spirit, and it shows. It just shows.
And back to that moment, I also remember and loved, like, every time a new character came onto the screen, the entire room would just oh, there's Joey, there's Q, whoever it was, all got a good cheer.
Yeah, and,
it's like
and just know that we're not only are we not making money, we're spending money.
Right.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and that's what people just don't understand. They just think money grows on trees. It doesn't. We are out of pocket every time it's over. But yet we do another one, and we do another one. It's funny how much passion these 4 gentlemen and ladies have that just goes beyond what I can even say.
It's time.
I can agree.
The original realm.
Yes.
Money, you guys got it. Let's get some good stories out there. Let's get fucking paid, man. Come on.
Yeah, because I personally think the reign of the fan film is about dead. I think it's time.
This is the peak. This is the peak. When you look back at it, because now Friday 13th's back in the ball game. This is the fluke. You'll look back at this moment. Yeah, there'll be more, but it won't be like it was.
I think, there's a couple more that have the potential to be pretty good, but I think after next year, I think it's over. Or if it's not, it should be, because there's going to be too many people that keep trying to milk it, I guess. But
some of them are not that great.
Yeah.
Well, there's some people that raise more money than it costs to make the film. I don't know what they do with that money. It's none of my business, but we don't. I'm telling you right now. And if we did, we don't. Trust me, we don't. There is no money left at all. In fact, Jason and Peter both owed taxes on money that was made, so they right out of their pocket. But and if there was any money left, we'd give it away to charity. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. We'd give it exactly how it's supposed to be. We'd give it to charity, and we have. We've given a lot to charity.
I do have one final thought. I talked to Peter briefly about this a couple weeks ago. You were at the con there, and there was another Friday the 13th property. They wrote a book, and it kind of threw me off because it was similar to Jason Rising almost, but it's something else, Rises or something.
Jason Rises, yeah.
You got shut down.
And then after they raised $500,000 for this project, that now they're stepping in and shutting it down and saying you can't do this, cease and desist. So I asked Peter, like, hey man, you guys heard anything on the front? Because I mean, it's crazy.
We kind of have an in. Jason and Riley and Sean know that. Not Riley. Jason, Cody, and Sean know this. We kind of have an in with the Friday 13th people, and we kind of know what's going on more than most people. Like, we knew the show was coming out. We know who the director of the new movie is going to be, and we knew that was going to happen like a week before. And supposedly, anybody who raises more than 200 going forward on a fan film is going to be shut down. So thank God. I mean, we never raised 200, but thank God we're out of that boat. So now I think, like, now that they're back united, they give a shit, and they're actually going after people like that. You can see it with the book.
Oh yeah, I mean,
interesting.
They were just kind of like, whoa! All of a sudden, after everything and all these other fan films came out, I guess we're going to be the first domino to fall. So.
Well, and the other thing is YouTube is starting to age restrict all of them. So we got the age restriction pretty quickly, so our views are not going to be up. I mean, we can't do anything with that. So who's going to make $100,000 film and then have 30,000 people watch it? It doesn't make sense for anybody to do that.
Good point.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is it. There you go. We're done.
Gang, we got to leave it at that.
Yep.
We've been on way too long.
I'm late.
Now I need a drink, Peter.
Work anyway.
I finished 2 of these, bro. I don't even know where I am right now. I'm playing Call of Duty.
There you go. All right, guys. Again, thank you for joining us. Ziggy, do we have anything to say after this, or are we just going off?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can just kind of tease next week. I guess. Well, we're doing the thing right with the game show next week. Is it?
Yeah, doing the game show next week. Curse your luck.
Yes.
So.
It is. Oh yeah, it's late night November now.
Curse your luck. I like it.
Tune in. It's fun. It's a play on.
We got to do a celebrity version one of these times. We'll get Jason. We'll get Peter on. Sean, you're welcome.
They do a good job, Sean. They do press your luck, but curse your luck and just do horror shit.
Yeah. Or trivia leads into a press your luck board, but it's so damn stressful.
Oh God.
Because,
I'm always sweating apples. All right. Well, thanks one last time to our members, Chris, Lorena, Christy, Luke, Patricia, Tanya, and Tyrone, and our Crazy Ralphs, Raymond, and our camp counselors, Stacy, Lynn, Orlando, Kiara, and Dave. There we go. That's enough applause for you tonight. Again, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We are going to see you next week for Curse Your Luck. Since the Colonel's not here, I'll say it. Don't get sick. Wash your dick. We'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody.
Okay. See you later.
Glass.